Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday morning or Sunday evening or Monday, depending on where you're at in the world, right? Just sending you big blessings and great love. What a wonderful, wonderful day here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's overcast and it's napping weather. Got my morning coffee all set, so I am ready, ready, ready to see what Spirit has for us today. So, if you're new to my channel and you want to have me ask messages from Spirit, all you have to do is just have subscribed to my channel, and then it'll immediately let you, type in the chat box down below and just put what you want, what questions you want me to ask Spirit. And then, if you don't want to share your business, you know, yes, Dell, Mercury is direct. Hallelujah. uh, But if you don't want to share your business and you just want to ask for a reading, though, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit will know what you're asking, and they'll just have the message come through for you anyway. I also, if I don't have continuous questions, I will throw some general readings in here and there for those that are watching replay, and then also for those that are kind of shy and don't even want to speak up, wanting a reading, but secretly they do. I'll put that down below too. Hey, Natalia, absolutely. You'll be first. I'm going to do my little introduction and my little announcements first, and then pull a card here from the Guardian, and then you will be number one. So appreciate you guys being here. So, excuse me. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers and all my previous subscribers too. I have surpassed 600 this weekend, so I'm well on my way to the 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal. Of course, when I reach 1,000 or more, I'm going to have a drawing to give away 10 free 1 hour personal readings. So if you've already subscribed, spread the word, spread the Zen love, and let your friends know or anyone that could use some messages of love from above. Also, the more you like these videos and my other videos that I put out, it does help the channel grow. So I appreciate any of that you guys are doing. Now, the big announcement, if you haven't heard already, is that now that, as Dale said, the Mercury retrograde is going direct today, and we're going into the post shadow for a couple weeks, but it's all lightening up. It's good. The tide is now going out instead of coming in. So I'm launching, going live every day, starting tomorrow officially. Uh, and I'm going to be doing it in the evenings first. So Sunday through Friday, it'll be 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Saturdays, I push it back an hour to 8 p.m. Mountain Time because I also go on Instagram on Saturdays at 5 p.m. And then I'm also live Friday, Saturday, and obviously Sunday mornings, either at 10 or 11 a.m., depending on the day. And all that's in Mountain Time. So I'm really excited for that. At first, I was going live just part of my YouTube subscriber marathon, but I love the connection. I love the energy. You guys are so awesome. I just love our interactions and feeling all this love that we all bring together. So I really felt like I wanted to do this every single day. So that's the big announcement. I'm excited for that. Also, of course, I have a bunch of giveaways that I give away on YouTube. I have a giveaway playlist that's actually down in the description box below. So if you haven't checked that out, just make sure to do so. And if you do subscribe to my channel, make sure to click on the little alarm icon and select all so you'll get announcements when I put out new giveaways, and of course when I announce the winners. So that is all the announcements. Thanks for your patience. I am going to pull from these guardian angel cards. Let's see what the guardian angels have for all of us today, and then we'll jump into the individual readings. All right. Excuse me. So we have the action card, which says, drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. So look inside your heart and take positive action in those areas that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. Perfect. So that's for me for sure, because I just talked about starting a new venture. And it's perfect timing too. Like I said, Mercury retrograde is all about communication and starting things. So when we're in retrogrades, especially Mercury retrograde, it's like the tides coming in and you try to launch something, it's like fighting against, like trying to push your little boat out during the tide coming in. You're like fighting all that energy, and it usually topples and it won't last very long. So when we wait for the tide to start going out, it just goes very smoothly. So I love that with that. Yeah, absolutely, Dell. I love that. Hey, Nikitha, welcome, welcome. Absolutely, absolutely. So you'll be next, Nikitha. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Again, thank you all for being here. Natalia, you just wanted not just a general reading, but you'd like a general reading. And I'm going to use one of my new decks. I got two new tarot decks on Thursday. Hey, Misha. So I'm excited to use them. So let's take a look and see what spirit would like you to know. Let me just make some room here. There we go. So what would you like Natalia to know, please? Okay. So we got 4 cards coming out here. Yay! Thank you, Misha. And you will be able to watch me daily if you'd like, because I'm going live every day. I can't wait. I'm really excited. All right. So Natalia, first of all, you have this beautiful High Priestess card. So this is definitely this wonderful, wonderful nudge from spirit that take time to go into your temple. The high priestess goes into her high temple, connects to the higher realms, goes behind the veil, the unconscious, the subconscious, the hidden. But it really is this invitation for you to step away. It doesn't mean you have to become a hermit, but step away. Make sure you take time away for you to connect to the spirit realm, because they evidently have things to talk to you about. Yeah, because here you have the Queen of Acorns, which would be the Queen of Wands in the Standard Tarot. And the Queen of Wands, in addition about being fiery energy and your drive and your ambition, she can really pinpoint and focus her energy and get stuff done and move, have movement in her life. You walk into a room, you light it up with your energy. That high priestess and Queen of Wands work so well together, because the Queen of Wands usually has like a black cat in the Standard Tarot, which, in addition to being fire and ruling over fire, all the queens are also given a portion of water. So she's like half fire, half water, and that water allows her to connect to the higher realms. Again, the high priestess and the Queen of Wands, it's like, hey, come on up and spend some time with us. We want to chat and hang out. And then you also have the 4 of feathers, which would be the 4 of swords in the Standard Tarot. Let's see. Come on, focus, please, please. Maybe if I turn it a little bit. There it goes. It just talks about sanctuary down here. So again, they're calling you to kind of have rest and have this peace of mind that will come with you stepping away from all the chaos that's out there, right? There's a lot of noise, a lot of fear noise that's going on in the outside world. So they're kind of inviting you to step away from everything and connect higher, because in doing that, you're just going to have this peace that will come over, which I know we all can use, right? It's been a very loud few years, more than normal. So I love that for you, because they are inviting you to rest. Well, and another 4, the 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands, this would mean, sometimes it means celebration and some other things, but really with 2 fours here, the 4 of Wands and 4 of Acorns in this case would represent a stabilized energy too. So they're calling you higher, calling you away, calling you to this more intimate relationship with the spirit realm, because it is going to bring you such stability. If you think of fours as like four huge tables with, four huge legs, it's a very solid, strong, stable foundation. And that's what they're wanting to do and kind of bring you in there. So I do love that for you because what a wonderful message. You got this little invite. They just showed me in my head. It was Drew Barrymore when they she played in that Cinderella movie. But there's an invitation from the palace for you to come and join them. So you got this official royal invite that they'd like to have some special time with you. So I do love that for you. Love it, love it, love it. And if you have any other specific questions, Natalia, you can pop them down below and I will circle back around. Appreciate it so much. Again, thank you everyone for being here. I love this energy that comes in with all of you seeking these wonderful messages from above. So, welcome all the other people that have come in since I started that reading. If you are new to my channel here, you just have to subscribe to my channel to be able to chat in the chat room. And to get on, a list, it's just chatting in the chat room. So I follow down the list so you can put what specific question you want. And if you don't want to put like your business and be specific, you can just ask for a general reading and spirit will know what you're wanting, and then the message will come through that way too. So I love it. Yeah, Dale, I got some messages. It's like I've been really, really busy too. And they're like, hey, take time for you too, or your body will give you forced R&R. Uh, got it. All right. So we'll continue going down here. And so, Nikitha, you were next. Um, Very good there. So you say, can you ask what is going to come between you and Yogesh in your connection? Like reconciliation and all? Great. So I do have the Love Oracle deck, and every once in a while, I usually, because I have a black deck and a pink deck, and the black deck represents the other, and the pink deck represents the, us asking the question. And they sometimes have me combine it, and they had me do that just before I started. So we definitely we'll take a look here and see what they want you to know about this connection. So the pink will be what they want you to know about your heart and your connection, and then the black ones that come out will be about Yogesh, if I pronounce that right. Absolutely, Mark. I'm sorry, Mike. If you just post your question or ask for a general reading, that will put you in line. Got a couple cards. Whoa. Came flying out here. So Nikitha, the pink card that came out for you is I like you, which is of course what you are feeling, right? So you do have these feelings, you do like them, you have an attraction for them, right? But for them, let's take a look and see what cards they have here. Wow. Okay. So I do like this for you. It does show a karmic relationship, which karmic relationships basically are, you know, I consider that we all have tons of soulmates in our lives throughout life, right? So we do have, friends, family, even teachers, bosses, and romantic ones are usually the ones that are like the really deep lessons, right? Because we open our heart a little more and let them in a little deeper into a different chamber of our heart where we learn some lessons. Now, karmic ones are basically we experienced one side of a relationship in our lifetime, this lifetime or past lifetimes, if you believe in those. But in this lifetime, we had one side of a relationship, and then we want to experience a different side of it. And so these karmic relationships come in to help us experience those things. So I really feel like that is in, they want you to know, of course, this is a divine appointment and there is purpose behind your relationship. And the other two cards for him are abundance and paradise. So he does have this uplifting and joyful feeling regarding you here. And because paradise is like a vacation feel, abundance, of course, as it's overflowing. So, when you're asking, will there be a reconciliation? There's, there's feelings of that he enjoyed it, that there was a lot of benefit from it. But I do want to pull some additional cards here. I am going to use my other new deck, the Dragon Tarot. And let me just see here about um, the connection, and will it reconcile, and what does the future look like for that? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, there's one being stubborn right there. Okay, what else? All right, we got two cards here. So you have the Four of Swords. So you can kind of see this is the Peace of Mind card. And then the Three of Cups. So again, there's this joyfulness about it. And, it's kind of like, this is, of course, emotions, the Three of Cups. So there's this joy that's there, but there's this peace of mind. And it basically, the Four of Swords says these three swords up here are expectations. This is heartbreak, disappointment, because, when we have all these expectations, and who we should be, who someone should be, how things should be, are supposed to be, need to be, have to be, and all that. That's what brings all this disappointment. And, you know, um, it just, we things let us down. People let us down. People say we let them down. And that's where the heartbreak and the fear comes in, is, oh no, now that I didn't live up to expectations, I'm not lovable, or they didn't live up to expectations and I'm judging them, and I'm mad at them. It's all this fear-based, fear of being rejected, fear of abandonment. And so with all that being up here, the fourth sword here is the Ace of Swords, which is about connecting to higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love, letting all of those supposed tos and shoulds and stuff go. And I feel what they're saying is that if you both are able to do this, if you're able to drop all those expectations, then you can have reconciliation, you can have joy, but it's up to you, because the block that's there is coming from both of you, because of these preconceived ideas of what a relationship should be, who someone else should be, how your interactions should be. There's all this weight, all this restriction and rules that are around it, that just takes the wind out of any relationship and the wind out of any sale. So basically, yeah. Like you said, they're not reaching expectations. The future, let me see what they say here. Yeah, because you've got both the Strength card. Let's see if it'll focus there. The Strength card and the Emperor card. Emperor card represents taking control of your expectations, and the Strength card, again, the Strength card is about, you can even see on the ground there, the Ace of Swords, which is all about connecting to those capital T truths, connecting to something so much bigger than the human side of things. Because the more we get caught up in all those fears of losing conditional love, we go out of our minds. When human goes into fear, we literally go out of our minds. The blood goes to our arms and legs to fight or run, and we don't act emotionally mature or kind or loving. We act selfish and animalistic and want to feel safe and in control again. And we do things that are way out of our minds and not our norm. And we're like, oh my gosh, why did I react that way? Oh my gosh, that's so out of the way they normally act, right? So I feel like what they're saying with the future is in your hands, each of your hands. Because if you don't let go of those expectations, that's going to continue to block your future and you won't have one. So I don't mean to say that so strongly, I'm just my voice in the mornings. I haven't talked a whole lot. So I didn't mean that almost sounded like "Roar," but I didn't mean it to be that way. It's like there won't be a future if those expectations aren't removed out of there. So that is what they would like you to know about that, Nikita. If you have additional questions, pop them down below. I'm going to keep going down the list here. Thank you guys all again for being here. I love all these questions already. I'm excited to pull cards. If you haven't given this video a little like yet, I appreciate you considering doing so. It does help out the channel and spread the Zen love. So let me scroll back up here and make sure I'm going in order. There we go. All right. And then, so we are to Bawarchi. I know I murdered that. So who will Aisha marry? Is there anyone who loves them? And yes, how would you know them? What is the future of the career? All right. And why is Hamsa not talking to you? Wow. Yeah. So is that all? I love how you want to know these things because any information we can get on this journey definitely helps. So I understand. So let's take a look here. We'll start off with the first one. Who will they marry? Who will you marry? Because that's you, right? Um, so you do have the Five of Cups here, which of course represents emotions, and you see all this spilt um, cups down here. Those are the emotions that you felt in the past, how disappointed you were in others, how other individuals um, they didn't give back the attention that you were giving. It's just all these emotions that were not feel good emotions; they were uncomfortable emotions. Well, the spilt milk, the spilt, stuff that happens, we come here to mourn. This dragon mourning, looking down and looking at maybe there it goes, looking down at what was spilt is why we come here. We come here to experience those. But lovely back here are the Two of Cups, which comes into emotional choices, which comes into that every moment is a choice between unconditional love and the fear of losing conditional love, which is all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and all that. So when it's talking about who will you marry, there's this message of looking into, if you've suppressed and pushed down emotions because they were too painful to look at and to experience at the time, that needs to happen first. So their message is to look into that first before looking to get into a relationship, because with all those emotions, those charged emotions that are bouncing around deep in your heart, in your subconscious down here that you didn't really deal with, they're just going to come sprawling out in a relationship. And rather than they're showing me, rather than going bleh on someone that you care about and that you want a relationship, you was like, you want to do that in private, right? So they're having you spend some time with that before looking at like who you want to marry, what you want to go through in there. um we'll ask here too, so is there anyone that loves you, and if yes, would you know them? So we'll ask that, but they do want you to focus in on your inner area there. You do have the Ace of Wands, which does represent passion and drive, ambition, your energy. But because we were asking if anyone loves you, there is passion. There is people who do care about you very much. Will you know them? You have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, again, they're pointing you back to your energy, to like the Two of Cups, they were like wanting you to look at the emotions that you can look at. Now they're saying the Two of Wands is, well, before you look into who you know and look beyond that, look into the energy that you're holding, because whatever you're focusing on is what is growing in your life, right? So if you're focusing on what's missing in your life, or what you don't want in your life, you're actually feeding it and it's growing bigger. Instead, focus on what you're grateful for to have in your life and what you do want in your life. Then that grows and that expands instead there. Um, Let me see. Anything else around love first before we move on to career real quick here? Wow. Yeah. So they do give you the Four of Wands. So all this fiery energy. Wonder if you're a fire sign, if you're a, you know, a Leo, Leo, Sag, or Aries, right? But this represents celebration, does represent marriage. So they are telling you that just know that it is in the future, because that's like put your mind at ease. There is that, but the best thing you can do is do inner work now, because that'll just make it a celebration rather than a death sentence, like a jail sentence. Because otherwise, it's not going to be this harmonious type of relationship. Because again, all that energy that's down below, if you wait to get into a relationship to release it, they get hit by all that shrapnel, by all that stuff that's coming out. And because you love them, you want to spare them of that, right? But you also have the Full card, which is all about letting old patterns go and moving into a new adventure, a new way of looking at life, and you're ready to leap off. So I do like that for you. And thank you guys all for your patience. I really appreciate it. I will get to you here. I'm just going to answer. You had one more question. I think you had about career. And then I'm going to take anyone else in between that and then that last, your second or your additional question. So I will get to that other one too around Hamza, but I do want to also get to the other people that mentioned questions in between. I know you understand. Thanks. All right. So your future and your career, I love this for you because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which does mean about new opportunities that are coming forward in your life, new things being birthed in the outside world. So you do have these opportunities that are coming. And you also have the, I love this, Hanged Man here. So you definitely are seeing things from a different perspective. And the Hanged Man can be that you've been patiently hanging, waiting, and especially with that other, the Ace of Pentacles, it means that the time of waiting is over, that these new opportunities are going to be coming up for you in the very near future. So I do love that. There is movement coming with that. Let me see anything else around your career. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So yeah, moving higher up. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles are about new things coming in the outside world for you. So the Page of Pentacles can even mean like a movement up, like if you're in one position, a movement up to a next level in a position too, if that resonates with you. So I like that for you. So great messages coming in for you today. Thank you so much. And I will get to that other question here in order. And if you have additional ones, just pop them down below and I will eventually circle back around and get to those. All right. So Lee or Leah, you want to know what's coming towards you and D. All right. Let's take a look here. I do want to switch off and I want to use the fairy cards for that question for you, the fairy tarot. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know. Then Star, Mimi, you will be next after that. And then Gauri Puri. I probably messed that up. Sorry. You'll be next after that. And then Mike. And I will get to the rest of you guys. Appreciate your patience so much. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about what's coming towards you and D? Okay. Nothing on the first pass. Let me just get those back together. So what else? Or what? Not what else. Okay. What No? Well, let me give you two cards. We'll start with these. So you have Queen of Winter, which Queen of Winter is like the Queen of Swords in the standard tarot. So um, this is about being open-minded, that there's this balancing of heart and mind is what they're wanting you to kind of focus on as things unfold in the upcoming time here. It's being open-minded. She usually has like a hand that's extended and not being stiff in thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about things. It's opening more mental flexibility, but also balancing heart and mind, not doing everything from the mind and the logic and the supposed to be's and should be's and all that, but looking higher to higher truths, but also bringing in the heart, trusting your gut and your intuition, balancing emotion and thinking. Because, wow, you have the king of spring. So masculine and divine masculine, divine feminine energy coming in here. The king of wands is this is the king of wands in the standard tarot, which is all about again, um, has this fiery energy that uh, you know it can represent higher self information. So both of these do have this nudge to try to see things from the higher perspective rooted in unconditional love. But there is this energy coming in about, especially with two royal characters, a king and a queen. It's about taking ownership for your own kingdom. I kind of feel like, there's this courtship between kingdoms, and it's not like in some of the movies where the queen is being traded away. It's like the queen rules her kingdom. And it's like Anthony and Cleopatra, Caesar and the ruler of Egypt. It's like two people who are in charge of their own kingdoms that are coming together, one of fire, one of, air. And when fire and air get together, it can be very passionate, can be very, physical. And so they're like, let's bring it down. Let's bring down this, balance through it all. Don't burn up, together. And so they are asking or recommending uh, the approach to what's coming. So let's see. Can we have more detail on what is coming? Okay. Okay. So you do have the Five of Wands that's coming in here. And the Five of Wands is about a change of energy. Fives are about movement from one to the other. And something that starts off feeling like conflict or any kind of fear based emotion, you realize as you go through this, what's coming here, that um, at the core of everything, it's love of why we're experiencing this. Because usually it's like a battle between five people with, long staves that are beating each other up. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to kill one another. And eventually there's one person barely left standing, the other four laying on the ground. And you're like, oh, he's going to finish them off now. But they all start laughing. They all go back to the monastery together and have a meal together. And you're like, oh, wait, these are friends who are trying to help each other grow their skills, not someone who's trying to, better someone and hurt them. And so there's like this transformation of the energy in this relationship between you two, the understanding of the energies. This is either between the two of you or you two and someone else that's coming in there. Yeah. Because you have release, which is the death and rebirth card normally. So this is letting old things go, move into the new, which the Queen of Winter can also be, because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations. And with her Ace of Swords, she's able to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs that no longer serve. And I feel like that's what is happening over these next couple weeks. Yeah, because then you also have the justice, the justice card here, which you've got the Ace of Swords here. So this is about balancing out, justice. At first, it sounds very judgmental, and it's like, oh my gosh, yes, I want justice, but justice is kind of like the scales, right? It's balancing out things. It's like it's a one-sided perception of things. Where like, let me see someone else's other side. Let me see, instead of these small t truths of the human that are rooted in fear, let me see the higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love. Let's balance these out, especially with that Queen of Winter, who is, you know, again, she's like half air, half water. She balances out heart and mind. All this balancing is coming in. And it is Libra season. We just came out of a Libra new moon last week. So there is this balancing out of just a lot of things, a lot of beliefs, a lot of emotions as well. Let me see. All right. So hopefully that helps prepare you for what's coming here. If you have additional questions, pop them down below, and I am happy to circle back around. All right. And we already answered the career question for Aisha. So we are to Star and Mimi, AKA Mimi. Will you succeed as a flight attendant? Let's take a look here. Just put these cards back away. I do want to pull another deck here. And I do want to use these Archangel Power Tarot because they want to speak to you, Star. And then Gauri, Puri. I know. Why do I try to even pronounce names? So just know I have a pre-apology whenever I'm saying people's names. All right. So those are ready for you. Mimi, let's see. Will you succeed as a flight attendant? Okay, one card. Okay, another one. Anything else? Yes, anything else? Okay. So you did get 3 cards. And the first one here, you have the leap of faith. So this is a new adventure, a new journey. Come fly the friendly skies. So that's a good positive card there. And then, yeah. And you have the Page of Pentacles here, this Page of Ariel, which is about new opportunities. It's a positive sign for your outside world and your abundance, because you also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Come on, there it goes. About abundance, about new birth, about it coming, something beautiful coming into your life. So all 3 of those is a huge yes that you will be successful. This is a great move for you. So I do love that for you. So I like it. You can spread your beautiful heart to so many people that you'll interact with in that. So I love that for you. If you have additional questions, Star/Mimi, just pop it down below and I will circle back around. I do want to keep going here. And so Gauri, Gauri, I can't even spell. You want to know why Raul, Libra, is still blocked you recently against no reason. What's going on? Yeah, let's take a look here. I do want to use the Love Oracle deck for this. And let's take a look here. And then we will go to Mike next. So, again, thank you guys for your patience as I do go through the list. Sometimes I feel like it's like at the post office during Christmas. You have all your packages and you're waiting in line and you're like, come on, I want to get up to the counter. But when you get up to the counter, then them taking the time with you is nice, right? So it's like, okay, I will wait. So thank you guys again. All right. So what is going on? Why did they block you? What would you like them to know about this block? Okay. So let's take a look here and see what these all are combined. So you got a few pink and a few black. Um, so we'll look at the black side first, which is where they're coming from. What's going on with them? Mm, okay. So the four cards, of course, first of all, there's this axe, which represents the cutting off of things. So that's them saying, yes, this was cut off. And they have paradise here, which um, shows like they're needing time away. I kind of look at this energy as like a vacation, and things became overwhelming for them. Just didn't feel like in their entire life, but they just didn't have the energy to deal with things anymore, and they are just like taking a time out away from so many people and so many things, um, and including any type of communication with anyone. And I feel like they'd have kind of just backed off from a lot of people. But there is this chaser here, which is this codependent energy, which I feel like they are the type of person that just gives and gives and gives and gives and gives and gives to so many people that eventually they get to the point of exhaustion and they still push themselves and give and give and give and give until they're resentful and they're like absolutely just um, have, like I said, no energy for anything else. And so they retreat and they almost like, instead of it being a chaser, it's almost like instead they run away from everyone and everything that they feel is taking energy. And so that's kind of where they feel like, is coming there. Now, with your energy, what they want you to know around this situation for you is, that there is this growth, palm trees grow. There is this growth that's happening with you. And this seduction here is this fear of um, someone choosing other people. Seduction talks about a third party and how we're like, you know, people are doing this to me because, they're rejecting me and they're choosing somebody else. Whether it's romantic, friends, family, whatever, we have this fear that we're not enough and that they're going to choose someone else and have that. And that's also what happens in codependent relationships. If and I kind of feel like you are a giver, a giver, a giver, a giver, a giver, and what happens when two enablers who are givers in codependent relationships meet, you try to outgive one another. And if you're able to outgive them more significantly, it scares them also, and they pull back and run away. So there's some of that energy going on there too. But you have the butterfly, which is all about you transforming through this experience, you understanding yourself more and more and more, and it's coming to fruition for you to understand your tendency to feel like you have to overgive and in order to be lovable and acceptable and to be in that position where they'd want to be around you. 'Cause there's like maybe this core belief from when you were younger that you're not worth being around unless you have something to give to someone. So there is this little nudge to go in here with this situation, with this mirror, all these emotions that are coming up, to understand where that originated from, and do some of that kind of shadow work, look at what the root of those emotions are. Because this didn't happen by accident. It happened on purpose for you, though, not to you. It's happening for you so that you will go back and look and do that. Because once you do that, you're free from this repetitive pattern that happens in your life where you give and you give and you give and people go away and you're like, what the heck? They're supposed to like draw them to me, not repel them, and so, have patience with the situation if you can, and just go inward and understand what emotions are coming up within you, because that's why this situation's happening. So hopefully that sheds a little bit of light on there for you. I am going to take a sip of coffee here, wet my whistle. All right. Mike, you are next. You just want to see is what the time has the timeline changed on Libra and you being back together at the end of the month? Well, let's take a look here. And I do want to use the Dragon Tarot. Just ask about timing. Are things still moving along smoothly? Are there obstacles, delays, canceled flights? Right? Our wonderful trip of life. So, what would you like Mike to know about this timeline? Okay, one card. Those, any of those? A couple flipped over. Let me see. Nope. So it's just these three. Okay. Yeah, looks looking good here, Mike. So we've got the Six of Swords, which is swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. But here's the ship just sailing along. Six of Swords is about movement from one way of thinking to another, but it also represents movement in the outside world because as our thoughts change and adapt and have movement, the movement rolls out into the outside world. So that's a good card. Actually, as I was shuffling, I was thinking six is a good card because it represents flow. You know, if you think of three dots on either side, like in a card deck, there's this wonderful flow, this wonderful canal that's in the middle. So there's no obstacle in there. It's free flowing there. You also have the five, the Hierophant, which represents movement up in your beliefs and your thoughts and in legal stuff too, and relationships, marital stuff and different things too. It's this movement up. The Phoenix is a great dragon to have too, because it is about rising from the ashes, right? Being reborn as well. So I like that for you. And your other card was the Page of Pentacles, which is all about movement up in the outside world. So definitely a new start, a new beginning that's happening. So all three cards point to your flight is on schedule. So I like that. If you have additional questions there, Mike, just pop them down below and I will circle back around. And let me just continue going down the list here. All right. And then you, Bawarchi, you want to know if Hamza, why they're not talking to you. So I'll look at that. All right. Great, Natalia. I'm glad that you were able to go back and find your reading there. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, Quirky Giraffe. Welcome. And then Sumya, you'll be next here after this next one. All right. So why is Hamza not talking to you, to Aisha? All right. We got three cards right away. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I get you. So we'll look at this one first because we got the Page of Cups. And you can see here, cups are emotions. And you see how the dragon's reflecting and looking at themselves, poking their finger into the emotional waters. They are doing some deep soul reflection and emotional reflection, because you also have the Six of Cups, which is known as the nostalgia card, or looking back at old emotions and old memories and kind of looking to transform them and understand why they feel the way they do in making this movement. They also have the Ace of Wands here, which is new energy and new passion, new drive, new direction, and new inspiration. So I really feel like they have reached that point in their life that they needed this time to look into what they feel, how they feel, where's all this coming from. They're like tired of feeling the way that they did, and so they are looking into this mirror. They're looking into this reflection, and the reason why that they're not talking to you is because and you can't help it. You're a mirror. We're all mirrors for each other in relationships. We can't help what people see when they look in the mirror. because we're a mirror. Like the mirror, it's not like uh Cinderella? No. Um Snow White, right? Where the evil queen looks into the mirror and says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the first of them all? And make me the one. You show me what I want to see." It's like, no, the mirror our mirrors reflect, and so some of what is being reflected back to them is what made them kind of step back because they didn't like what they saw, and so they're doing this inner reflection to understand what's going on, where these emotions are coming from, what's happening, because you're not the only mirror that is reflecting back to them. So I feel like they're at this point of having this change in their energy, which is good. So try not to take it personally. You know, we like I said, mirrors can't help but reflect back. And then if people get upset, it's not about you. That's, about what they're seeing. So hang in there, hang in there. All right, let me keep on going here. So Sumya Jia. So we'll take a look here. And then let me just make sure here. Hey, Chaitra. We can definitely do a general reading for October for you. So you'll be next. All right. So Sumya, you want help? A person from your past, popped into your life and they created a new problem. Should you trust your current college mates on this? Angel guidance, please. Okay. Yeah. In fact, I will actually grab the Guardian Angel, Archangel Power Tarot, and we'll get their advice for you. And I know Mercury retrogrades do bring old people back into our lives sometimes. The retrograde is ending today. So it's like, oh, they snuck in just in the last moment. Darn, the elevator doors were closing, and then this hand went, aha, I'm going to reappear in your life for right now. Bring some beautiful reflections for you. Let's take a look here. I don't mean to, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I've been there. I understand. I'm just chuckling at my past experiences going, I hear you. So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? What steps around this person that's popped back up into your life? Okay, a couple cards. Let's see. Anything else? All right. So they give you 4 cards. Let's see what these are here. So your first one is the Page of Raphael, which is the Page of Cups. Cups are emotions, and of course, pages are about movement up in emotions. But you also have the 4 of Raphael. Get that to focus in there, which should be the 4 of Cups, which is about like looking over. It's like you're bored with some of the same old emotions that you experienced before, because the 4 of Cups usually has like 3 cups that are out here and someone's sitting there watching them and they're bored with them. And then the Ace of Cups is coming from the side, which would be this Ace of Cups. The page has the Ace of Cups. So I kind of feel like there's this um, new emotional lesson that's being offered to you. So I kind of feel like they're saying, because when I read that they created a new problem, what I heard is this meme that I read. It's like the only um, the problem with your problem isn't that there's a problem; it's that you believe there's a problem, because the beliefs come inside. Which you have the 9 of Wands coming in here. Which Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. It's about the uh, what do they call it? It's being persistent to keep going. But the 9 of Wands also turns you inward to look at your energy, because all the nines are the Hermit number, which is the 9 in the major arcana. And it's about turning inward on your journey and understanding it. And this 9 of Wands is, they usually will have like 9 wands that are creating a wall and a block. And one of them is the Ace of Wands, and they have their hand on it, which shows you your power in the situation, where you're the one that can move your Ace of Wands, taking on your power, realizing your abilities, that other people don't make you feel any way you don't want to feel. No one can make you do or create whatever story around any situation that you don't want to do. It's all within your power here, that you are the one that gets to control the um, what do they call it? The whatever the story around what's going on, and also the emotion you want to feel as you go through it. And I know when Spirit told me that in the beginning, I was like, you're crazy that I'm the one that chooses all that, because when this happens, this is how I feel. When that happens, this is what it means. Why? How am I choosing that? And they're very gentle, of course. They just chuckle and they showed me that every human child, when we're younger, are given all these popular opinions on what something's supposed to mean and how you're supposed to feel as you go through it. Supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. This is what it means. And we're children. We're like, okay, we just take on everyone's opinion of that and make it our own opinion, make it our own habit to feel and think certain ways. And then also it becomes a reaction where it happens so fast, we don't feel like we're choosing it. But we do have that power to change the story that we're putting around a situation, change the emotion that we're feeling around a situation. Because you also have the star card, which means you're the star of your own show. You are a powerful one. It's a card of hope, but it also, that star in the sky is you, your higher self. And it's, this nudge to remember who you really are, that you are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And with all this coming in, um, when they're popping in, it doesn't need to be a problem. It's just a situation. And you get to choose to go, you know what? I can choose that this is no big deal, that I'm going to get through it. I always have. I've overcome 100% of everything that I've ever encountered, or you wouldn't be here right now. And so, understanding that you get to choose what any of this means. And when you come to this place of calm, instead of like a place of fear or panic, take some deep breaths and you come back to your mind. Because when we go into that fight or flight, we go out of our minds. We're not in here anymore. We're out there drifting around, trying to feel safe and feel back in control again. But just know that uh, when you calm yourself and come back to that place of power, that you'll know what to do. You'll know who to trust. You'll know what the next steps are with all of that, because they're like, this is happening. Like they this is happening for you. It's not something that's happening to you. So it's this opportunity for you to really take a step back and realize your power, realize you're the star of your own show, that they don't tell you who you are, who you have to feel, what you need to do. You get to stand up for that. So the person of your past came in as a beautiful reminder, one of how far you've come, but also to help you gain your power back and to realize that you get to control what happens there. So hopefully that gives you some guidance, because that's what the angels want you to know right now. All right. So let me continue going here. And so Sumya, that was your message. And okay, so we are to Chaithra. Thank you so much for your patience. And you want a general reading for October. And they actually want to grab these Path of the Soul Destiny cards first, to give you an oracle card, just to represent kind of an energy for October for you. And for all you guys who joined since I started about an hour ago, the big announcement that I was making in each of my lives this weekend is that starting tomorrow, I am going to be going live every single day. So Sunday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Saturdays 8 p.m. Mountain. because also on Saturdays I bump it up an hour or an hour later because I go on Instagram also on Saturdays at 5 p.m. And then also I will be live continually on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, either at 10 or 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'm excited for that. So I know I have people from all over the world following me, and I'm trying to find times where you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, really? I have to stay up till 2 in the morning to have a live reading. So let's take a look here. So you did get a number 7 here. I call these the spiritual ink blot tests because what you see in it is a special message for you, but it's fractal imaging, which the author puts in formulas and it comes up with this message. And I will read what message came up for her intuitively. Yep. And that is the Bull Guide, which, so the Bull Guide appears to offer you strength as you move through your life. He imparts the teaching and wisdom of standing strong and firm when you need to, and not allowing others to cross your personal boundaries. Look at all the situations happening around you at this time, so during October. Bull Guide is here to help you be firm wherever and whenever you need to be. He wants to remind you that you are strong and you are deeply supported as you find your way to your own self empowerment. I love that for you. You also had card number 18 pop up here, another beautiful card. Lovely orange of the sacral chakra. And let's see what they have for that one, too. Yep, a renewal. Go figure. Spirals represent healing energy. And this card is calling for repair and healing within your relationships, especially family. You're being asked to look for the good in all those who closely surround you. It's a time to create new dynamics within your relationships, and this card will provide you with the healing power to do this. See the gift you have been given in your relationships with others. Look for God within everyone, source, whatever you believe your higher power is. Send your gratitude to all who are close to you. Not only will you experience a renewal within all your relationships, but within your heart as well. Wow, I love that. And then I do want to pull a couple tarot here too from the Spirit Song. And let's see what else they'd like to add in there for you, Jathra. And then Nikita, you will be next. And then Misha. All right. Hey, Portia. Hey, Gauri, Gauri. I did complete your reading already. If you want to rewind and go back, you should be able to find that. All right. So what else for your October, Chaithra? What else would they like you to know? So you got 3 cards here. So you have the Page of Feathers. Beautiful raccoon. Come on, there it goes. And of course, feathers are the swords. It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. Page is about new thoughts, using that wonderful Ace of Swords, to connect to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And that allows you to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs that no longer serve you. So all this healing and all this power that's coming in, I feel this power comes in because you're realizing a lot of old thoughts and old beliefs you had about yourself and others, that they are old beliefs. They're ones that are rooted in fear, and you're ready to expand them and move them to a new level, because you also have the 8 of Shells, which is the 8 of Cups in the Standard Tarot. Beautiful starfish, which is all about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. You move from the 8 of Cups. There's usually someone walking away from 8 Cups, and it's like it served your purpose for what it did. Same with those old thoughts and beliefs. It allow you to feel the chaos and all those uncomfortable emotions that you wanted to experience, but you're done. You're ready to go to a new spot, a new level in your life. So you are letting old thoughts go, old emotions go that no longer serve you. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. So you have this emotional inner fulfillment that's coming in October because of the work that you've been doing, letting those go, the reflection that you've been doing, any kind of shadow work too. Oh yeah, because of the Hermit card, which is all about your hermit's journey that you've been going on, reflecting on the inward. Usually they have like a lantern, which a giant star in there, which represents your connection with your higher self in the spirit world, which have been guiding your path and helping you on that journey. So that's so perfect. It will continue a little bit into October, but it is them acknowledging that inner work that you've been doing, this inner journey that you've been just on. It seems like forever, don't it? But you've been doing so much in there that it is flowing out into the outside world during the month of October. So I do love that you coming into your power. The author, Cheryl Lee Harnish of that other deck with that bull guide, I loved an example that she would give is that a bull doesn't have to go around telling everyone, this is my boundary. This is my boundary. They just stand strong in their field. And people are like, we respect you, bull. They just know there's this essence of power in a bull. The bull doesn't have to prove it. They just stand there who they are. And people go, uh, this is your field and I will walk around it. I will honor your boundary. So I do love that for you. If you have additional questions, pop them down below and we'll continue to make my way down the list here. And if you guys haven't already, give me a thumbs up on this video. I really appreciate you doing so. It does help out my channel. It helps more people see my other videos. Of which of course October's monthly readings by zodiac sign did come out last week, so if you want to check those readings out for your specific sign. And then of course yesterday I put out the weekly energy updates, and tomorrow we'll start having the 1010 portal readings that come out. I'm really excited about those. It's like the fates gate. So be sure to check those out. If you haven't subscribed already, just make sure to click on that little alarm icon and select all so that you'll get notified of whenever these other videos come out. So I love that. All right, Nikitha, let's take a look here. I do want to go back to the dragon because you want to know, will you get a job offer letter from any other company this October with a good pay? You really don't want to work for that company. Okay. So let's take a look here what they want you to know about jobs. So for Nikitha, what would you like her to know about the jobs here? Okay. I do want those. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start with these two here because you have two fives, which do represent change. You know, the Hierophant is about, you know, like moving to a higher position, a higher point of view, which you also have the Hanged Man here. So these two together are telling me that you're seeing things from a higher perspective, from a different place. And the Five of Cups does tell you it's okay to mourn what you didn't have, but knowing that you have this emotional choice back here too with those Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups is like this emotional energy. Are you investing it in fears and of, you know, with these expectations and that, or are you looking higher? Are you trusting and having this emotional connection of joy? Where are you investing your emotional energy? Which are you choosing in each moment? Because that is within you. And I say that too because you have the Moon card here, which the moon is about getting into the hidden, understanding what's going on, understanding what it is you truly want, connecting to the higher realms. You know, the moon energy is beautiful, beautiful energy, right? because the new moons are all about planting something new, and full moons are about fruition. And then what are you ready to take out of your life? We just came out of a new moon in Libra last week. We got about one more week left before we go into a full moon. And I kind of feel like around this full moon, you're just going to have some good ahas and some understanding of what do I really want? Where do I really want to express myself? You have these mental thoughts on what you think you want, but what does your heart say? And I really feel like they're nudging you to trust your gut and trust your instinct, because you have the Four of Wands here. I'm not Four of Wands, Four of Swords, because these are all the expectations up here of the past. These are the things that bring you heartache and disappointment, bring those three cups that are overturned, where it's like, this is disappointing. It's not what I wanted, what I expected, and that type of thing. But you have your Four of Swords that you're sleeping on here. That's the Ace of Swords, which allows you to cut away some old expectations and ways of thinking about things. And that's why I was saying getting into your heart, because they're like, you have peace of mind because you're letting go of a lot of mental stuff, a lot of mental thoughts of where you're coming from, and trust your gut. Move into your heart instead. Um, so, with all that energy around that question, is that you're seeing things differently, and you're seeing more of the direction that you want to head in. So, yeah, so you had an offer this week. But if you don't want to work for that company, I say follow your gut, because that moon also tells you that there's hidden things, right? There's some unknowns with that company, and your gut and your heart are sounding an alarm. You're like, this doesn't feel right. Then don't do it, right? So continue to look, but trust your heart in where you're headed there. Anything else for Nikitha? Okay. Give you two more cards. Let's see what this is. Yeah. Because this is a new beginning. So, yeah, definitely a new adventure, going in a different direction. Like you said, relocating. Yeah. And again, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about trusting your emotions. She's very much like the High Priestess, because she's so much water and emotion. She has double water in her element, which is all about trusting the gut, trusting the intuition, trusting that higher, uh, you know, instinct that you have instead. So I would agree with you that, trust that gut, that you're like, no, that's not the place for me. I have a new adventure ahead of me, which can be relocation. That full card is like, uh, letting old things go and heading off in a new direction. So that can also mean physically too. So I like that for you, Nikitha. All right. And I am going to continue to move on here. If you have additional questions, just pass them down below. All right, Misha, and you just want a quick yes or no for your question. Let me just get back to where it was here. Come on. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Here it goes. All right. So just a quick question of, will you meet your soulmate in November? Yes or no? I'll ask them for a yes or no, but Spirit, they always do what they're going to do, right? I can't control them. I'll say she prefers a yes or no. A one card yes or no. Okay. So you got the Knight of Pentacles card. Let's try to get this. There it is. So that would be the Knight of Pentacles in the standard tarot, which all the other knights are fast moving. This knight is slow moving. It's the camel. It's basically they're saying patience. It will come, but not November. If it was a different action card, I would say there's movement, but this one is like, it takes time for things to grow and for things to come into alignment. So not November. All right. So I'll continue to go down here. And so, Portia, you are next. You're asking for advice on your self love journey. Perfect. And then Quirky Giraffe, you will be next after that. And I'm not sure if I told you, Gory. Yeah, I did let you know that it's already been there. If you rewind, you can check that out. So let's take a look here. So, for guidance on your self love journey, they want to start off just by pulling Spirit of the Animal Oracle for you. And then we'll pull a couple tarot as well. All right. So, advice about self love for Portia. Okay. This one right here. Oh, but. I love sea otters. Happiness. And it says, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. I like it. So let go of the supposed to's in the house and enjoy the surf. Go with the flow. Let's see what else the sea otter has to say here. It says if otter is your personal symbol, you are called to spontaneous art of playful living. Otter people swim in the iconic watery world of their intuition and feelings. Their naturally evolved female protective self might ask them to care for others, especially the young. Otter people are inclusive and welcome the company of family, tribe, and community. Otter people know how to go with the flow and master celebrating life with simple things. They are loyal, kind, and true. Otters are fantastic friends and lovers. They hold on to one another so they do not drift apart. Otter people are not usually confrontational, but rather survive by swiftly swimming away from danger. If otter is your totem, you will have a natural curiosity and love looking at life from all angles. You are loving towards yourself and others. Your inner child needs room to frolic and play. And if you let it out, you will be sure to enjoy life and not simply endure it. Let otter lead you to all that is good in the world: happiness, abundance, friends, and love. Some of the questions or recommendations it has four. First one is, are you fighting life's current? Go with the flow. Number two, are you spending too much time alone? Connect with your tribe. Number three, don't forget happiness can be found by simply holding hands. And number four, don't forget to reach out when you are lonely. I love that. So the self-love journey, really the one that stood out really strongly is that letting your child self out to play, how this joyfulness, allow yourself, why am I being so serious? Have fun, let that little inner child out to express itself in a lot of different ways. I also want to pull a couple cards here from the Spirit Song Tarot, see what else they'd like to add to that portion. All right. So, what else for Portia on her self love journey? All right. So, you got three cards. Three seems to be the number today. So, you do have the Eight of Acorns, which would be the Eight of Wands in the standard tarot. So, there is this energy that's coming in. It also means messages from spirit, though. And I feel like that is the big one for you with this. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, because you have the Five of Acorns. So you have this switching of energy that's coming in here. And what's the last one here? The Tower. Okay, makes sense. So the Tower is things being removed out of your life for you, making room for new things coming in. So there is this change of this energy for you because this is all about growth, um, messages from spirit, trusting and going with the flow of what you're seeing, what you're doing, not feeling like they have to be the strict, rigid path for you looking into your self love. Because the Five of Acorns, the Five of Wands, is this movement of feeling like there's conflict and almost like life is happening to us, to realizing that everything that happened in our life happened for us, but that they keep on bringing back the child self, that uh, the barriers we have are a lot are in the subconscious world there, because with that child self, they showed me in my head the sun card, which is about, it's like Leo energy, where this little car, this little child is on a little naked baby on the back of a horse generally, which means it's being vulnerable, it's coming out from behind the walls of the garden, and the child self is able to finally be free. Whereas before, our emotional child self is put down in the basement, usually around ages 6 or 7, where our mental mind starts to develop. And in order for it to fit in, it goes, oh, we can't have this emotional child self anymore. You have to go in the cellar. We can't have you out, among all the other people of the world. So we suppress a lot of emotions that we weren't able to express. A great book for that, which I talk about a lot, is The Presence Process by Michael Brown. It's a wonderful book that helps you get into that child self, helps find those blocks that we've created against self love, because self love is just there, but we've created blocks for us to flow into that. Another book that they're bringing to my mind, I don't mean to be telling you guys all these books, but one of the life changing one that helped me with my path to self love was The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. So if you haven't checked any of those out, if whatever resonates for you, just check them out and see if those help you on that path as well. So I do love that for you, Portia. If you have additional questions, please pop it down below, and I will circle back around. All right, Quirky Giraffe. Thank you guys for your patience as I work my way through the list. And let's take a look here. I do want to use the Dragon Tarot to find out if will Miranda react on your rental application. So let's take a look here. All right. So will Miranda react on the rental application? Okay. So you got two cards here. Uh-oh. So you got the Seven of Wands, which is fiery energy, which I kind of feel like what this is you, there is some reaction, but you're okay. You're protected. You're in a good place. No matter what fiery energy comes your way, excuse me, just know that you're fine. You don't need to defend yourself, protect yourself, whatever it may be from this reaction on this rental agreement. Um, just know that you're in a safe space, you're in a safe spot, you're in a higher ground. So you're in a great position for whatever's unfolding with all of that. And then you have the Six of the Six of Swords, which is about a change of mindset from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, but it is free flowing too. So it does basically say that this rental application, and if this is for a move, there's this movement, there's this flow that's going to happen with it. It just could be a reaction in the beginning, but they wanted to assure you with that Six of Swords that it is a smooth movement with this rental application as well. So I like that for you. Quirky Giraffe. I do love that name. Let me just take another sip here. Excuse me. All right, Liliana. Hi, I'm doing great. Hopefully, you're doing well, and we will take a look at yours. My blessing. If you haven't already popped your question into the chat, do that. And if you want a general reading, just ask for a general reading. And for anyone new that's coming in, if you're new to this channel, you of course of all have to subscribe in order to enter anything into the chat area. But if you want a specific question, write the specific question. But if you don't want your business all out there, just ask for a general reading. Spirit will know and bring you the messages that you need on there too. I do go in order, and I appreciate your patience as I go down the list. If you haven't given me a like already on the video, I really appreciate you doing so. It does help get the word out about these lives and also my other videos. So I appreciate it. All right. So let's take a look here, Liliana. What are Ricardo's next moves towards you? Is he going to take action in November, December? Are we going to get out of this stagnant situation? I kind of I'm drawn back to these love oracle cards. So we'll take a look here and see what they want you to know about that situation. And then Leah, you'll be next after Liliana. Very good. I love that you love drinking tea and watching me live. I will be going to green tea after I finish off my pot of coffee so I can stay awake today. And then Star, you will be next after Leah. I appreciate you guys. Love and light to you too, Debbie. Welcome. All right. Let's see here, Liliana. What do they want you to know about Ricardo's next moves? Action in November, December. All right. Well, they gave me 3 cards, all pink. So this is what they want you to know here. So interesting cards here. So you've got girl with a snake. There we go. So I feel like they're showing me someone who's been under, I don't want to say under pressure, but it's like this boa constrictor's been around him and they just been squeezing for a while. And it's just like you said, with that stagnation, it's like, how long am I going to be stuck with this snake wrapped around me, right? Because the snake does represent also transformation, and it feels like you're waiting for, Ricardo to, I want to say evolve, but he's growing. Snakes grow and shed their skins, and they grow and they shed their skins, and it's almost like you're waiting for him to catch up because you're not in fearful about the boa constrictor being around you. You're just more like going bored. Because then you have the sword and the rose though too. So you are getting clarity and truth coming in here. I love this because it reminds me of the Ace of Swords in the Standard Tarot. So I feel like there's things that are coming to pass, these revelations, these um, you're coming to some truths, and I feel like they are too. But with every rose, there are thorns, right? There's always the um, when we have expectations and we have those small t truths of what things are supposed to be and should be and need to be. That's what kind of causes the pressure of the boa constrictor a little bit as well. But you have the Hand of Cards, which is about taking a chance, taking a risk, um, not being so I say trapped, but uh, attached is the word I was looking for. Attached to the supposed to be and the should, right? It's like letting things go, letting things flow. I do want to pull a couple cards here from the Spirit Song too, just to get some more clarity around that. All right, let's take a look here. What else? I just want to know, you think, is the stagnant situation going to change in November and December? I really want to get a little nosy with that. Yeah. So you got the 5 of Feathers, the 5 of Swords. So this is about this conflict of the supposed to be's and shoulds. Like, no, my truth is more truer than your truth. Like, no, my way of thinking is the correct one. You're not thinking right. And so this is this conflict of that's happening there with all of that. The armadillo is such a great uh, representation for that because it does represent defensiveness and balling up, feeling for protection. Wow. Yeah, because you got the seven of feathers here too, seven of wands. So this is about um, understanding what of your thoughts and your beliefs are deceiving you, which ones are misleading you, taking you into this attitude. And so I feel like that a lot of these expectations is what the snake ends up being, this pressure, this stagnancy. It's like I feel like we're stagnant, I feel like we're not going anywhere, but maybe question what of your thoughts about this situation are stagnant. What new thoughts can you have about your relationship that will change it? Because what you're seeing in the outside world is a reflection of what's going on inside you. Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So when we're seeing stagnancy, it's like, how am I being stagnant? How are my thoughts about anything being stagnant? Why is this being reflected there? But you do have the 10 of crystals, which is the 10 of pentacles in the standard tarot. And I like this for you because this is like you waiting, waiting for it to arrive. You're waiting for the bird to fly into your mouth before you go jump. And you kind of feel like you've been waiting forever for it to arrive. But there's beliefs about timing, I think is kind of what they're referring to. It's like, do we feel, do we trust that things are going to unfold for us? And do we trust the timing of the universe as well? Because if you take out a loaf of bread, I'm not calling him a loaf, but if you take out a loaf of bread out of the oven before it's ready, it's disgusting. It's still dough. You're like, but when it's perfect and you take it out of the oven, oh, so good, right? And so the wait is worth it. But this stagnant feelings, they want you to look at that and look into your thoughts and beliefs because you got two swords, both a five and a seven, which odd numbers mean that there's something placed in your path for you to look at because it's not free flowing. So they do want you to take a look at that and see what about these beliefs are stagnant and old. What new beliefs, what new thoughts can you have around the situation? Interesting. I'm excited to see what you come up with because I know you will. All right. And my blessing again, if you haven't already thrown a question down below, please do so. And I will get to that here in a moment. All right. So, Leah, you just want to clarify if it is over between you and D. Um, do you want to go back to these Dragon Tarot? And then Star, you will be up next. Hey, thank you, Chaos. I will take all the love and light and send you back some as well, of course. Hey, Divya. All right. So, Leah, I know, right? I love your emoticon. Oh, is it over between you and D? Okay. Oh, I don't want any of those. Oh, that one. Okay. Okay, you've got a 1, a 2, and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You do have the ace of, there it goes, ace of swords here, which is about like new thoughts, new beliefs. And you got the high priestess too, which is the 1, 2, the 2 and the 1, 2, 3, which is about your gut, connecting to the higher realms and to the unknown. Both of those, the ace of swords is about connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm. And you can see here, it's got the scroll there, which is full of hidden wisdom and understanding as well. And With this Three of Pentacles here, I really feel like this is a message for you from Spirit about being your authentic self. The Three of Pentacles can represent people in your life that are telling you, either supporting you and saying, "Oh, we're so proud of what you're doing, headed and all that." But have you ever thought of doing it this way? And that they can like take you off of your authentic path because you want their support. But there's also other people that are the naysayers and the backstabbers and all that that are saying, I call them the dream busters. Oh, you can't do that. Why are you doing that? You deserve something better. Or you can make more money doing this other thing. Da 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 da. So I feel like there's this message of being true to you, being true to your higher truths and your higher wisdom, instead of being drawn and swayed by the external praise and punishment of people. And it's like, I feel like, especially with that high priestess, like, in your heart what you want, even though your mind is telling you things, and that ace of swords is telling you, you can cut away those old thoughts and those old beliefs that no longer serve you, and connect to these higher beliefs that are rooted in unconditional love, not these fears here. So with all of this energy here, especially the aces are about newness, um, and the high priestess about the unknown. And again, it's like one, two, three. On the count of three, run. It's like that's what I'm hearing. I forget what it was. Maybe it was. I remember it was had Tom Cruise and oh, what was it called? Night and Day, I think, KNIHD. And oh, I see her face. But they were like that. On the count of three, go. And he was like, one, two, and she started to run, and they're all it's like, on the count of three, make the move. But I feel like that is them saying that um, you have this move to make yourself, and not to do it without concern of what everyone else wants to do. And you know what you want in your heart. So they're not giving me an exact answer if it's over, but I feel like it's because and you know what you want, and you don't have to wait for anyone else to make decisions. You have the power. But they're a one and a two and a three. So it's almost like they're saying it's good, it's time for you to move on, but uh, you by your choice, not by anyone else's. So sorry, Leah. I know it's tough times, but just know that you have so much power that you really glean and understand as you go through this situation. All right. If you have additional questions, pop them down below. I'm going to continue going on here. So, Star, you want to know what happened to Marcelo? So let's take a look. I do want to. The fairy cards are wanting to get your attention, so we will pull from the fairy tarot. And one more time. All right, so what can we know about Marcel? Okay. Anything else? So we got two cards that popped up. Let's take a look here. Excuse me. So we got the Five of Spring, which would be the Five of Wands in Standard Tarot, and the Strength card too. Now, the Five of Springs does represent like a change of energies, where moving from a place of fear into a place of strength, which the Strength card there, right? A place of love and understanding. It's uh, I feel like there's this journey that they're going on, understanding, especially with the Strength card, that this is our human self. This is the one that gets to experience that, the fear moving to love, which is our higher self. So this represents both sides of it, the fear of losing conditional love, and our higher self, which is rooted in unconditional love. They have the lamb here too. It's like the transition that he's going through is like from this place of a roaring lion of fear into a gentle lamb. It's like this there's aggression, there's something that happened that really threw him into fight or flight mode in his life to where rather than fight, he retreated. You know, it's like whatever is going on in his life made him want to pull back just from all this other stuff going on in his life. But through it all, he is learning to connect to sides of himself he hasn't experienced before. And again, it's a wonderful message of that it's happening for him, and it brought a lot of stuff to his face through it all. So nothing you can do for him. He's on his little. I don't want to say it's a dark night of the soul. Maybe it's a dusk night of the soul. It's not huge, huge, like extreme, but it's dark enough where he wanted that. You can just send him love and support in the, but there's nothing you can do for him in the physical world. Just send him love and light, like Debbie did. So we appreciate that. If you have additional questions, Star, you can pop them down below, and we will circle back around. Let me just continue going down here. Hey, G-Mon. Welcome, welcome. You will be next here. Hey, Sunny Girl. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I'm just getting to some of you now. Great, Sumyan. Glad that worked out well there. Oh, very good. I'm glad that brought some relief there for you, Sumya. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll pull cards here. When will you meet your true love, Jimon? So let's take a look here. I'm not drawn to the love oracle cards for this. I'm actually drawn to the Queen of the Moon oracle. So let's find out what this is about. Hey, Spring, welcome. Isha, hey. All right. Let's see what we got going on here, Jimon. When will you meet your true love? Maybe it's going to be around a moon cycle because they want these Queen of the Moon oracle. Let's see what's going on. All right. So you got the Wisdom card here, card number 22. Love that card. Kind of feel like you're standing, like you have a ladder, you're standing on a stack of romance novels. It's like, oh, when am I going to meet that? that romantic connection, right? So waning Gibeus or Gibbous says wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you're not seeing and you need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. Time, I know. Learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you're uncertain. It is often said that the body has its own innate wisdom. If healthy, it just knows what to do and does what it needs to keep us alive and moving without thinking too much about it. Most of the time, we aren't aware of trying to keep our heart beating or of breathing when asleep. Similarly, we have this innate reasoning system, intuition, that allows us to get answers or receive information without conscious thinking. It's that feeling or hunch of information or insight that is just there. Some people believe this is the wisdom we receive from the gods, the very spark of the divine voice that is left within us. This is a very old kind of wisdom that sits in a very old part of the brain. Then there is the gathering of knowledge and experience and what we discern and learn from this. If the result has acuity, if it is successful in the real world and good in sense and perception, it's most probably wise. The getting of wisdom takes time usually, and we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor decision making. To me, though, as modern people, we have a millennia of wisdom to assist us. Human history has some very wise people starring in it, and some not so wise. So we have plenty of examples from which to learn from both extremes, right? Gathering wiser people around us is, in fact, one of the wisest things anyone can do. We cannot always know it all, and a wise mentor or friend can not only save us from a poor decision, but also demonstrate how to be wise if we aren't quite there yet. The companion stone for that is fluorite. And what I feel from all that, it's not just all about wisdom, but I feel like they're talking about heart wisdom, and that um, they don't want to give you a date like, oh, October 4th. They want you to uh, be able to go with the patients, knowing that at the perfect time they will enter your life, and you might have some other little mirrors that come and go throughout your life too, to show you what you want to see about yourself, because this love wisdom is really about you learning more and more about your self-love, because you cannot love others more than the extent to which you love yourself, nor can we receive love from others more than to the extent that we love ourselves. So I feel like you're in the oven, along with the other significant relationships that will be coming in your life, but that it's a time for you to focus on you, on your love, your self-love, because if the hole's only this big of what you'll receive of love, they can give you a whole ocean, but it's going to be drip, drip. That's all you're going to be able to receive. But the more self love you have, then the flood of love you can give and receive as well. So I feel like that's their message for you with that. Um, that's why they wanted me to use that oracle, because they say focus on your self love, because that's going to change your world, also change the energy of the type of individual that you draw into your life. Because guaranteed life experience, everyone raise your hand, right? That when you uh, feel low about yourself, you draw mirrors to reflect back to you, showing you how low you feel about yourself. Because again, no one can love you more than you love yourself. So they will continue only love you to the extent that you love yourself. And if it's only that much, it feels crappy. So they're like, you'll have the mirrors that will be checking in, showing you how you feel about yourself, but really have that focus on your inner. So I do love that for you. It is freeing. I know it's a pain, and patience is a dirty word, but I do love that for you, because that's where you find true love, right? In here. And then you're able to draw true love to yourself on the outside. But until you find true love in here, you won't be able to attract it on the outside either. Oh, good information. I love that. All right. So let me continue looking down here. I already did with all of those. Okay. Hey, Spring. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Absolutely. So you are next here. So just one card. I like that. Just one card. What card do we want it to be? I feel like um, the one card is actually going to be from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And then Nikitha, we will. Sorry, I didn't see that question, follow up question earlier. I will ask that for you. And I think, Misha, did we ask that? I think we already asked that question. Oh, Chaithra, sorry if I missed you. Good night to you. Okay, and then Chaos, you'll be next after that. All right. So, Spring, let's take a look here and see what would they like you to know today? All right. Oh, I love polar bears. So pretty. I love these cards too. Just the artistry. But a little polar bear. And it says mystic. Go figure. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. That's hilarious. You figured you were going to get another shaman card, right? Let's take a quick sip here. So it says the great and invisible polar bears of the far north are the largest hunters among land mammals. The males can weigh up to 1,500 pounds and are figures of fearless strength. There's not a stronger totem to help you survive the challenges of life. Polar bears are revered by native people for their ability to travel through the veil and gather treasures from beyond. Polar bear is one who carries the shaman of the land of spirit. Wow. So perfect for you, Spring. Their stark environment helps to hone their psychic abilities. They listen to their intuition to find their way. Their incredible sense of smell helps them gather food and locate openings in the ice. Polar bears know the wisdom of long rests and the richness of solitude. Those with polar bear medicine are likely to have faced adversity and become stronger from it. Amen, right? If polar bear is your totem, you are fearless, you are psychic, you are resilient. You will be able to swim through the icy waters of life and be a strong survivor, if not thriver. You have thicker skin and do not let things bother you. If polar bear has come into your life, know that your spirit helper has arrived. Call upon the polar bear to create more adaptability, endurance, and fearlessness. And then the four statements or questions that you can contemplate if they resonate. Number one, did you forget that you need to spend time alone? Number two, has too much activity got you cranky? Be sure to rest. Number three, is something not smelling quite right? Ask your totem for clarity. And number four, make time for dreaming in solitude. Perfect card for you, Spring. I absolutely love that for you. All right. So let me continue going here. And let's take a look here. Yep, for spring. I love the bears because, yeah, isn't that bear healing, if I remember? But yeah, how perfect, right? They just love talking to you. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. I love it. All right. So, Nikitha, is there a chance you'll get into other good company? I think we answered that already, didn't we? We were talking about your movement up and that you're going to see it. And yeah, so I think we already answered that question there. Um, I think that's why you said thank you so much afterwards. Okay, good. So yeah, definitely that was a yes, that you are trusting your gut and you're moving into that other company. Okay, and Misha, we already answered those. Chaithra. So I'm just scrolling through. All right, so we're here to chaos. And just a general read for you there. And then Pooja Rana will be to you next. Hopefully you're still here. Hey Dale, glad you're enjoying your coffee too. I love all your guys' energy. I really appreciate you. I love that, Portia. Oh, I love this. You guys are so great. I really love what you bring to the whole group here. It's just amazing energy. Okay, general read, chaos. I'm getting back on track. I am getting back on track, and I am attracted to these Into the Lonely Woods deck here, the Oracle, and see what messages they have for you. And then Bob, we will get to you as well. Thank you guys again for all your patience and waiting. Um, so we'll continue going here. So for Chaos, what message do you have for them for today, please? No, none of those. Okay, that's the one. Oh, card number 11. Your Widow Island. There it goes. Waiting for it to focus in there. Love the little star in the sky up there. And let's see what message comes with this for you. It says there are times when we only know who we are thus far in relation to the ways other people experience us to be. In the true knowing of ourselves, in the true unfurling of our potentials, we must step outside relationship with others from time to time to create a relationship with ourselves. This is not loneliness. This is true deep work of the becoming self, of the beckoning yearning to know the world on your own terms, even simply through the senses. Take time away from the ways others control who you are. Become an island. Offer that alone time to your deepest self and experience the world through the unfiltered truth of yourself you are still becoming. Wow, that is a powerful one. Yeah, definitely stepping away from everyone else's supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and all that stuff. Very much the hermit's journey there. Even that little bright star in the sky represents your higher self, and allowing that to be that bright star in the lantern of the hermit's journey uh, to guide your way. Not everyone else's blah 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 blah, but connecting to your higher self, which is you, of course. So I love that guidance for today for you. All right, Pooja, thank you so much for your patience here. Current feelings of Kunal. So let's take a look here. I am going to use the Love Oracle for that. All right. So, what would you like Pooja to know about the current feelings of Kunal? And I know I probably mispronounced that. I apologize. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. So first of all, the black cards are like what feelings they're going through. And so they have this esteem that it's like whatever they have gone through in their childhood and just in so many different ways, they had their esteem just knocked down, knocked down, knocked down, knocked down. But they are working on building it up with that hammer. So they are building up the feelings of their worthiness. And so you might see them kind of I want to say wishy-washy, but wishy-washy. Because he has the hand of cards here, which is the about taking a risk on the hand that he's dealt. So it's kind of like takes a chance but doesn't, takes a chance and then doesn't. So it's like this coming and going here, slowly building up this foundation of his worth and worthiness. And I kind of feel on your side, the pink cards are your emotions, and it like you have this insane chemistry with them, so you're drawn to them, but you also, you have the sword and the rose that's going on here, which is brings you clarity, brings you understanding. Um, but I kind of feel like that when they draw to you, then you become the beautiful flower, and when they withdraw away, you become the thorn. It like uh, it reinforces their defensive mechanism. So what they would recommend is that when they're not doing what you feel they should be doing, don't become a thorn. just continue to be the beautiful blossoming flower, because that makes them feel safe. It makes it feel like less of a risk for them to open up and open their heart. But if you get agitated, even if you're feeling it on the inside and you think you're masking it really well, everyone picks up energy. So if you when they're not doing and acting the way you want them to the extent you want them to, um, look in here and try to generate compassion, understanding that, okay, they're going through what they're going through because of what, or they're acting the way they are because of what they went through, and go, okay, maybe picture them as a young child, and that they had, you know, picture them for me, a crying child activates compassion within me. I'm like, "Oh, I just wanna pick them up and comfort them." I try to picture people that, are acting, non-loving. I try to picture them as a little scared child because that's what's going on inside of them. So I feel like if you do that, it just helps create this loving atmosphere for them to feel comfortable and opening up more and more. But if there's swords and they'll put up a shield and it'll take time for it to come down. Each time their shield up, it takes time for it to go down. So that's something that you can do with all of that, and that's kind of where they're at going right now. But they do have desire for connection, but they're building their worth up around that. So hopefully that helps. All right, I'll continue going down here. Thank you guys all again. I can't believe it's been 2 hours already. I don't know about you guys, but it just like whoosh, flies by. All right. I'll leave you guys comments too. No way, Dale. You have a childlike nature. No way. All right. So, Bob, you are next. Oops. I just skipped. Okay. So, you are next. And then, hey, Keisha, you will be next after that. All right. So, Bob, can you describe the person that has a crush on me? Uh oh. Let's take a look here. Let's see which ones are they drawing me to here. Okay, yep. The one I have my hand on, evidently. So it's Spirit Song Tarot. Let's take a look and see what type of person it is. And then we will go to Keisha. Hey, Nicolette. And then Nicolette. And then we will circle back around to you, Portia. Hey, Aries girl, welcome, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully, you're still hanging around here, and you'll be next after that. All right. All right, Bob, let's take a look here. See what describe the person that has a crush on you. All right, so they give me 4 cards. Let's see what else they have here. Wonder what if it's more than one? Uh-oh. All right, so let's take a look here and see what's first. Wow. So you do have the Page of Shells, the Page of Cups. No, it's not, a frog prince or frog princess, right? But it is someone who is intuitive. They are connected to their emotions. And so, it says intuition and inspiration. So it is someone that has this brightness and really has a good intuition. Almost, it can be I want to say scary intuition, but they know stuff, and uh, so that's good. They have a good emotional intelligence around them. Then they have the Four of Crystals, which is the Four of Pentacles, and this makes sense that with all that intuition and that emotional intelligence, they do have this a good solid foundation of their worth and how they relate to the outside world. So they have a very stable outside world. It's not someone who's like all over the place and scattered. Maybe I kind of feel like, I mean, they have that intuition and all that, but I kind of feel like they lean more towards an earth sign because I feel like the strong foundation uh, is really grounding them because they have all this intuition and stuff, but their life isn't like this emotional roller coaster. It's very solid. So they have a lot of earth energy. So you could be looking at, you know, a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus type of energy. And it may not be their sun sign either. They might just have a lot of earth in their birth chart too. Let's see what else you got here. So you have the Five of Acorns, which is the Five of Wands. Let's see if we can get it to focus in here. There it goes. So for me, this is telling me that it's someone that they really learned to calm their fire. It's like they had a lot of stuff that happened in their life, a lot of conflict in their earlier life, which makes sense why they have a heightened intuition because they had to. Um, uh, Not necessarily an abusive home early in their life, but just an unsettling home where they had to make sure and be aware, just be hyper vigilant and hyper aware of what was going on in their environment. Because in doing that, they actually had to feel safe. They kind of had to have those psychic feelers go out and go, okay, what's the mood out there? Do I go into the kitchen or do I escape and go outside? They had to kind of understand what kind of environment was going on. But in addition to that, I mean, that's where a lot of that heightened, uh, came from. But I feel like because of what they went through, they had to become an adult very quickly when they were younger. And this Four of Pentacles shows that they had to find the source of their own self-worth. It was like almost like I've got to do that or I'm going to die. And so they had a very challenging upbringing, but they're not. They don't have any resentment around it or any like what is it when you have you wish things would have been different. I can't think of the word right now. But they don't feel any of that. They did transform a lot of the anger and the emotions they had. They've done a lot of their self work. Yep. And you got the Six of Crystals. So the thing that they're working on here, Six of Crystals would be the Six of Pentacles in the standard tarot, which is always my codependency awareness card. And I kind of feel like with all the internal work they've done, they still that's like their challenge what they're working on. It is like I always say, I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships. It's almost like alcoholism. It's such a foundation of your worth when you were young. Like they had to give and give and give and give and give and give, like 100 of something to get one back. And so they always are this over giver, and their tendency can go where they fall back into the where they feel like they have to be an adult in a relationship. And the adult to adult becomes adult to a child, where they feel like they have to give and not receive back. And I feel like that's kind of where they're at in their life and working through that. And maybe Bob, you will help them with that. But some of the attraction that's there too is that they'll want to take care of you. And your job, Bob, is not to let them. Oh, I know, right? You allow them to give to you, but you also help them learn to receive, and where you help them be in this adult to adult relationship. So um, I like that. So hopefully that gave it to you. No, no description, no birth dates. They kind of gave you maybe earth signy type of, sun sign possibilities, but it could also be that their chart is full of earth elements too. So hopefully that helped. All right. And Pooja, so hopefully you got your message, that you were back here when I gave you your message. If not, you can rewind and see that. All right, so we are down here to Keisha. So I want to know who your guardian angel is and what is spirit saying to you. All right, so let's take a look here. I am going to use the guardian angel, archangel power and see what kind of information that they will give here. And then Nicolette, you will be next. And then Portia, Aries girl. Great. Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate that. Hey, Miss Lovely, welcome. Good to see you again. I'm doing well, enjoying this wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Thank you guys all for being here. I'm loving all these questions. Let me just make sure I scroll back to where I'm supposed to be. Just take some more. I need some more coffee. It's a lovely cloudy day here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's very much napping weather. There might be one in my future, but probably not. All right. So, Keisha, let's take a look here first at is your guardian angel and what are they saying to you? Okay. Anything else? So, guardian angels, and it's beautiful, is when our soul was created, a guardian angel entity wanted to be created right exactly at the same time as we were. And we'll have this guardian angel our rest of our entire eternity existence. And they will always be with us. They wanted to be around us, be with us on all of our journeys, wherever we go, before eternity, in these lifetimes, whatever other, uh, adventures that we go on after this one too, they are with us completely. So that guardian angel has always been with you, and that's who they are. But I feel like, what you're asking, Keisha, is you feel that there's this other spirit, this other angel, this other spirit being that's been around you, and you feel like it's someone, other than this guardian angel, that's always been with you. I feel like that's what you're asking. That's what they're wanting me to share. So, that's what we're gonna be focusing in on, like, who is this and what do they, have for you here? So you do have the 9 of Ariel, which would be the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is like a wish fulfillment card. It's you finding um, your wholeness and your completeness from within you. So the nines are very much the hermit journey of you turning inward, for you to look for this wholeness and this completeness from within your own self. And I kind of feel like, uh, with that, it's like it's a genie that's visiting you here. But actually, I feel it's your soul, it's your higher self, which is a part of you that is making itself known and known and known more. Let's take a look here and see what else comes in here. You also have the Archangel Michael coming in here, which is also ending of cycles and new beginnings. And I don't feel like your angels, Archangel Michael, they serve all of mankind. They have angels that are, um, you know, have taken on this tasks of helping all of humanity, all of the universe, to have things. And so, you can't claim Archangel Michael. He's he's there for all of us, right? But this is your archangel also letting you know that they are around you. That's just hilarious that that came out right. But they are letting you know that you are also in this place of significant endings of old cycles and beginnings of new. But they are keep pointing you back inward for this journey and not the outside world. You do have the King of Michael. So, with both the Archangel Michael appearing there with I'm sorry, that's not, focusing, but we'll show both. Maybe they'll both appear here. Maybe there we go. So you can see here, he has the Ace of Swords here. This is the King of Swords. So you have a lot going on in your mind, because the King of Swords not only rules over air element energy, which is the mind. All the kings get an extra helping of air. So he's double air, huge mentalness going on. Like, so you're in your head a lot about a lot of things, about a lot of what's going on in the world and your life and the supposed to be's and the should be's and need to be's. But it's great because you are, with that Ace of Swords, you are connecting more to the higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love of the higher realms. And you're understanding more and more of all these small t truths that are rooted in fear, that have to do with the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be and the musts, all of that opinion of the outside world. You're really getting this higher picture, and you're cutting away these old thoughts and these beliefs that no longer serve you as you connect more to those truths, to the higher realm. Yeah. And you have the moon. Some more archangel energy coming in here. The moon energy is beautiful because this is about diving into the unknown, diving into the unconscious, the subconscious, all of the spiritual world. That moon energy reveals to us the hidden things, right? Even in the darkest times, it's showing us light and it's guiding you on your path here. I mean, you've got both the world and the moon, so you have this beautiful energy coming in with these, but they are turning you inward for your wholeness and your completeness rather than the outside world. So, this spirit that is communicating with you is the waking up more and more of your higher self, realizing that you're so much more than this human character that you're playing here, that you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And but we come down here and experience this world as this human, and by experiencing the opposites of what we are, we more fully understand who we are. And I'll explain that a little clearly. The example they gave me that really was like, oh, okay, I get it now. They're like, it's air. You're breathing air right now. And when we're younger and we're breathing air, we don't even realize we're breathing air till we're 6 feet underwater looking up at air. And then we're like, ah, that is air. This is non air. It's like this tapestry. I love this tapestry for many reasons, but if this tapestry was all black, you wouldn't get to see the design. If it was all the beige, you wouldn't be able to see the design. But because of the opposites that are here, we're able to see more clearly what we are and who we are. And it's this beautiful design that we see the details and understand ourselves so much more. So I kind of feel like that's what they're wanting you to know, and the focus of finding that and turning within with that. And I'll get to your other question in order here. I'm going to continue to go down here, and if any of you guys have any additional questions, pop them on down below. We'll continue going here. So Nicolette, you want to know what are is that Aline, their intentions with you? What are his feelings? Are you going to involve in a relationship? Okay, let's take a look here. I am going to use the love oracle cards for that as well. Let's see what else we have here. So for Nicolette, what would you like her to know about Alan's intentions? We'll look at that first. Okay, so these two are that. Okay, actually those three. And then what are his feelings? Are you going to get involved in a relationship? Okay. Okay. So let's take a look here. So his intentions towards you It's interesting here. Okay, so we'll go with this one first. The black cards are uh, his emotions, his intentions about him. And so you have this ascending, it's this movement, it's this transcending. It's I kind of feel like because all these words and stuff, I read the course intuitively. And for this one, I haven't had that one before, but it's like he's just floating along. He's just going with the flow. It's almost like he doesn't have intentions. It's like he's just seeing what unfolds. So very open-ended. Now, um, for you, I feel like for the energy with you in this relationship, there is this, like it says, girl talk, spending time with friends, but there's this, um, I don't say a chain, but there's this attachment to love. And I almost feel like it's, with the girl talk, with the friends talk, and with the chain, with the heart, it's like this uh, feeling of loving the feeling of being in love, the the feelings of romance, and it may not be like um, I don't want this to come across wrong. So it's like you will be selective on who you allow to fill that role, but it's almost like they're showing me a romance novel, and you know how they usually have the two characters on the front, all drawn in, and you're like, oh wow, and it draws you in. Well, the person is blank. Like there's you, and there's this blank person, and it's like, you'll do. It's not so much like this. It's like you have this desire for romance, this desire for connection, and it's like you are really, really interested in that, in this. You are wanting the wedding, you're wanting the romance, you're wanting the ceremony, you're wanting the relationship and all of that. But it's like you're in love with the emotion of being in love. And it's not, I kind of feel like it's a search for someone rather than you live in your life. And if someone comes in, you're like, oh wow. It's almost like this is like your desire, right? So here's you rising from the ashes, though, you transforming. And I love this information coming in here for you because you are searching for this information. And that phoenix for you is that you are understanding this because I kind of feel like there's been situations where you've crashed and burned in the relationships, but you're rising from the ashes, this new phoenix. Now you're like realizing they really want you to look back at the patterns of like what was the intention, what was happening, do you see the similarities between the things, and you're making these changes, you're evolving into this beautiful phoenix, this new phoenix from those ashes, and pursuing things in a different way. His intentions here, it's like when you're asking if they're are going to evolve into a relationship, coffee talk here, again, reinforces that message of open ended. He just wants to get to know you, have coffee, hang out, but there's not like this deep, uh, planned out intention. He's just flying by the seat of his pants, just floating like the balloons. He's just like, we're just going to go where it goes. I'm just going to see what happens. So, not a lot of defined intention and stuff that I'm feeling kind of from your side. So hopefully that brings some clarity. But it is good for you because I see you as this bright, beautiful new phoenix that you're rising from these energies and these experiences. All right. If you have additional questions, pop them down below. I'm going to keep going here. Thank you guys so much again for your patience. If you haven't given the video a little like, please consider doing so. It does help out my channel, helps spread the beautiful messages of love from above. So, Portia, you want a general reading about your current job, and I kind of want to go to these. Tarot of the Dragon. All right. So, what about Portia's current job? What would you like her to know, please? So, to give you 4 cards right away. Boom, boom, boom. You have a new beginning coming in regards to job. We'll see what the other 4 are here, because this could either indicate a new job or a new position or new responsibilities. Well, that's good. So it's 10 of Pentacles, which is a very good card because the 10 of Pentacles is about abundance, feeling whole and complete. In it, it does indicate a 10 is an ending and a new beginning, but with it being the 10 of Pentacles, that is saying that it is in your best interest. It's more abundant for you with what's coming. And you have the Emperor card as well. And the Emperor is about you maybe going into it's either you going into like a supervisory position or a place of authority. It also can mean though that you are taking control, like you're no longer waiting around. Sometimes it can be like you're waiting for a company to fulfill the promises they've made for years. Eventually, we're going to push you into the blah, 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 but continue doing the work of a supervisor. But unfortunately, we can't pay you yet, but just hang in there someday. And you're like, it's been 10 years. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it. You're like, you know what? I'm taking control of my life, of my career, of my job with that. But it could mean supervisory too. Yeah. But I do hear you have the shaman. I'm sorry. Yeah, they call it the shaman card in this deck, which is the magician card in the standard tarot. Come on. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful card. Because this is you. You have everything you need here in order to make your dreams come true and to do any job. You are a master of many trades, but this is, again, the magician, the shaman, the number one is this divine masculine, like the emperor energy. I am initiating things. I am showing my power, not the chalice, which is the receiving, going, okay, I'll wait till you give that to me. It's like, no, I'm taking it. And you're doing that there. Sorry, needed got a little tickle in my throat. Okay. So I really feel like that if you've been waiting for a position, you've been waiting to get the pay, get the recognition, whatever it may be in your job, it's time for you to take the bull by the horns and you're taking control. And basically, if it is that kind of situation where they've been kind of taking advantage of you, it's like, hey, so are you going to give me a management position or supervisor position or a raise or da 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 da? And if they're like, well, I need that, or I want that. And if you guys are not able to give that to me, I've been working hard and here's everything I've been doing, and if they're like, we're not going to be able to, then you're like, okay, well, thank you for the clarity. You don't have to be, just know that if they aren't able to, it's because they weren't supposed to. It's happening for you. That door is being closed to take you in the direction that's more in alignment with where you're at. So we don't have to be like, well, fine, and slamming their office door on your way out. You can just be like, thank you for the clarity and the information. That'll probably scare the crap out of them, but you're just like, okay, well, thank you for that. I appreciate your time. Smile, and then you can start looking around and follow your instinct on where you want to go. So I love that for you, Portia. All right, let's continue going here. Thank you so much. Again, I know I say it a lot, but thank you guys for your patience as I'm going through here. I know some of you guys hang out here for quite a while to hear your reading. And I just love your support and all the energy that you're giving as well. So, Aries girl, thank you again for subscribing. And what does Joy think about you? And any messages from him? Okay, let's take a look here. they don't want me to go to the Love Oracle. They actually want me to go to the Spirit Song Tarot. So let's take a look here. See what we have. What do we have? All right. So Aries girl, we'll start off with Joy. What do they think about you first? Okay, so there's 3 cards there, and then any messages from him. Okay, and 3 cards there. All right. So first of all, what is he thinking about you? So got the 2 of Wands. There's your first card, and then you have the 10 of Wands, which is the 10 of Acorns. So a lot of fire energy. And then you have the Justice card here. So with the feelings that he has for you here, there is a lot of fire, which is the wands, the acorns are about, birth, but it's about your drive, ambition, your passion, your inspiration. So there's a lot of energy around this. The 2 of acorns is kind of like this uh, going back and forth between 2 energies, right? Whatever we focus on is what grows, is the general message of that. But because we're asking, what does he think about you? It's like he's kind of has like 2 different energies. The one is that the 10 of acorns, which is like you have a lot of energy. So you might be very energetic and very bold and very fiery. Maybe you're even a fire sign. But it's like this energy, like you're just like, ah, I'm seeing a redhead in my, mind where it's like you're very passionate about whatever you do. There's no subtlety. There's no like unfeeling. You have feelings about everything. It's either blah or brah, and he kind of sees that with you. Because you also, with this Justice card, you also, it's like you, again, uh, it's the balancing of the scales. It's like the scales are not like this with you. They're always this or this. And he sees that, but and I'll look at the other cards here too to see what that is. But that's like he recognizes it, and he likes the fire. I kind of feel like they are a more of a even keel type of individual, and like you're the fiery, and he likes that, because that's what he wants for himself. But he doesn't have, I don't want to say he has it within him. He just has learned to maintain this really regular movement, whereas you are woohoo, and that's, opposites attract a lot. You might like the balancing that he has, and you're like, I wish I could have that, and he goes, I wish I could have that. So there is that there. Let's see what message comes in here. Yeah, so you got these 2 cards, which is this is the Fool's card. Normally this is about endings of old cycles and new beginnings. So there is this new adventure and this awakening too, which is moving to this higher place. It's usually card number 20, which is 2 X's, which is double endings and double new beginnings. And then you have the 6 of acorns as well, which is the 6 of wands, which is the card of recognition and the changing of where you're looking for your recognition and your attention. you know we usually, it's like, someone on a stage wanting the audience to recognize their accomplishments and who they are and that type of thing. But yours is changing with all of this. And so I kind of feel like there's this changing of focus on um, how you're getting attention, how you're seeking attention, where you're seeking attention from. And the message, that's what I feel the message is from them, is that that's what they would like to see, is this change of attention, this change of doing that. And I kind of, in the back of my head, I kind of feel like it's Um, like they're showing me like someone who has like a ton of friends, a ton of family, a ton of activity going on. And with them, because they're so used to the quiet and the steady, that all that activity wears them out. It's like they're like a huge introvert and like you're this extrovert. And when you try to drag him out, it's like he doesn't mind, but he can't take a whole lot of it. And so he's like thinking that that's what needs to change. That's what this balance needs to happen because he can't emotionally, handle all that activity. It just wears him out, and he has no energy left. So I kind of feel like that's where it is now. Oh yeah, no, you're Aries girl. It didn't even dawn on me. Sometimes uh, I I know my human side. People are like, "Hey, she's an Aries," and I'm like, "Probably, maybe you're a fire sign," and they're like, hello, Aries girl." So that makes total sense. Eventually, it hits me. So that makes sense. So this is that energy. This is what's going on there, um, and that doesn't mean that you have to become someone who you're not. Um, you don't have to change to be who other people want you to be. It's just awareness around what he needs for himself, right? And so it's like you being okay with them wanting to stay home while you go out and do stuff, and understanding that it's okay. You know, you're like, oh, I feel bad leaving you at home, and he's like, I want alone time. I want to be by myself, and it's okay. I need to recover from you know, my 8 hours of work around people. Where you're like, oh, I'm so energized. I want to go get more, more interactions. So I think that awareness around that will help your interactions with them. So hopefully that helped, Aries. If you want additional messages, be sure to pop them down below. I'm going to go on here. Thank you guys again. I'll stop thanking you for your patience. No, I won't. I will always thank you for your patience. All right, Bob, and you said, do you have love advice for you? Me? No, I have no love advice. They might, though. They have always great advice. I kind of feel like this Oracle of E is what they want to pull on that one for. Yes, spring. It was Bare Roots Healing is your handle over yonder. So Polar Bear was so perfect. And with you being a shaman, that card, I just love that. All right. So for Bob, what? Oh, okay. You got the right side up. That's your that's your love advice. Let's see what that means though. It is now safe to unbuckle your seatbelt. It doesn't matter how it looks, you're on the right path. Unseen forces are working behind the scenes, smoothing out the bumps, righting all injustices. Any apparent blip is nothing but a reminder to pay attention, to say thank you. The scales are tipping in your favor. Everything is coming back into balance. It's time to trust that what goes down must come up. I do like that for you there. It was kind of I was going like, where is this going? But that does make sense that this balancing that's coming into play here, trusting that things are unfolding, for you and moving forward with you. There was another that already left my mind. Let me get that reactivated here. Oh, the thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All the thank yous. But focusing on your energy and what you're grateful for to have in your life and what you do want in your life changes things, rather than focusing on who someone is being or who someone is not being. um, you know because that expands. That wherever we focus our energy is where it grows. So if I'm going like that person, it's not being that, and they're doing this and they shouldn't be, and da 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 da. It just grows like the blob in the old movies. It's like, no. But if you focus on what you're grateful for in someone and what you do want to have in your life, then that expands and brings it into your life as well. So that's great love advice, really, because so much of relationships, they end because of expectations, and that people aren't living up and doing what I think they should be doing. Because there's this, we come in, we meet someone, right, with no expectations because we haven't known them before, and they're doing this in life, and um we meet them and we're like, wow, look how amazing they are. We look at all the stuff they're doing, and that's pretty cool, right? We're like, yeah. And then we start dating, little expectations kick in. There's still this awesome person, just not quite as much. Then we start exclusively dating, we get engaged, and now we're still okay. Well, they're still awesome, but they're changing. Why are they changing? Then you get married, boom, it's like off the charts. It's like, why did they change? Why are they not being that amazing person they were when I met them? Well, they didn't change. Our expectations of people change. That's why whenever like if I attend a wedding, always in their card that I write them or whatever, I tell them, um, try to remember why you fell in love with each other and try to keep expectations as close to zero as you can. That's the love advice. So hopefully that was helpful, Bob. All right. So Keisha, what do what's the future name, or what letter does his name start with, and where will you meet them? Keisha, um, they are not wanting me to pull a card for you on that. And I know, right? I'm like, what? They're like, no. They're wanting you to be patient. They're wanting you to let things unfold. Uh, Really, that focus on the inner self is the huge piece. Is focus in on here, because when we're focused on what is this, who is it supposed to be, should be, need to be, it's drawing us out of ourselves into this outer story. But right now they're wanting you to focus in on that inner place, that inner growth that's going on in there. So um which I think you're okay with. I think after that first reading you're just like, okay, I get it. But that doesn't mean that we can't try later. I usually tell people, it's like when I pull cards for myself, I go, "Can you tell me this?" They're like, "No." Okay, "Oh, okay, I'll try tomorrow." So but for today, they want you to focus on your heart, your own heart. All right. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. All right, Miss Lovely, we are to you. So thanks again. And let me look there. Hey, swimmer girl. Whoop whoop. All right, so let's take a look. Advice for the month of October. So they want to start off with the Power of Surrender deck. So let's take a look there first. Uh-oh, your intuition is telling you something big is coming. Dun dun dun. All right, so let's take a look here. For October, what would they like you to know, Miss Lovely? All right. So we got two cards. Beautiful card here. First is surrender to the wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And then you have surrender denial. Cleopatra, queen of denial, right? I'm not saying that's you. That's just a book that I think I saw about denial. But it says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. I kind of feel that reminds me of the Two of Swords. Usually there's someone like that with two swords there, and it's close your eyes to see things more clearly. I do want to pull a couple tarot for you as well. And the fairy deck is what is wanting to speak. So let's take a look there. All right. So what else for October? All right. 2 cards. Yep. So got Unity, which normally is the Hierophant card in the standard tarot. So this is about movement up and about really being a source. Either you'll find someone who helps inspire you to move up in your spiritual walk, but I kind of feel it's both. It's like you're learning from people, but you're also helping other people too. That in October, and that makes sense with accepting people where they're at, and that allows them to share themselves, not feeling like they're going to be judged, right? And then you have the 3 of Spring, which is the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands does represent with new information about a change in direction. So that makes sense that you feel something is coming. Because with this new knowledge and this new information you're getting, the old ways, the old direction that you were going to be headed in just doesn't feel right anymore. Like, I always have this wonderful example they gave me of like, 2 of Wands, which is the card right before it, is like you're in the middle of a continent, and then you're going to take a flight to the coast, and then you're going to get on a ship and it's going to take you this way. It's like, okay, well, you've boarded the plane, you've gotten to the coast, but mid-flight you got information where you're like, hurricane going to be in that direction, or there's something that was like, it's not necessarily dangerous, it's just like, meh, that's not as attractive as this new place, this new direction that is kind of sparked within me. And so you're boarding the ship to go this direction instead. So it's not like a total revamp of everything in your life, but it's like a significant change in a direction that you don't want to head through. So that's what they want to tell you for right now. Leave a little bit to that flow, right? Surrender to the awe and wonder of allowing the journey to unfold, and try not to plan the vacation, right? Just allow it to, certain things to get you where you're wanting to go, but you don't have to plan every detail of it. So I'm excited to see what's coming for you there. All right, we'll continue to move down here. We have Pomi La. Can you tell you why Dave became distant? And does he still want you? Okay, well, let's take a look here. I am being guided to the Love Oracle for that, so I'll take a look at that. And hey, Deep. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Sankar, we'll go to you next. Appreciate that. And then Vashali, you will be next. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's take a look here. Tell us about Dave and his distance here, and if he still wants Pommy. Okay. So the black cards are his, which this shows more of the cutting away. I feel like that there is separation and having. I'll see if they'll tell me why. But the pink cards that popped up for you are this, which this is about you focusing on yourself. I almost feel like this is you putting a ring on your own finger, about you finding it talks about your self-worth and your taking time to heal and finding your own self-appreciation. So I feel like it's like I bought myself an engagement ring. I'm engaged to me because I'm the most important person. I'm the only one that can love me the way I want to be loved anyway. And I don't feel like you're like, all relationships are done, but you are realizing through this process that you are the one that is the only one who can love you the way in which you want to be loved. No one else can do that for you. And so I kind of feel like the acts that came, um, you know, that they don't want you to know the whys because it has nothing, whatever reason is in their head of why they did it has nothing to do with why the spirit world wanted to have this separation, this ending happen for you, because they wanted you to turn back into you. And actually, it's you who has asked for this, to happen in your life. You wanted this moment to happen to turn you into yourself so that you would not look to the outside world for your fulfillment and continually feel that disappointment. It's like you're done with that. You're ready for something bigger than that, which is finding the love within you, which then transforms the entire world you see around you, takes you to a whole new level on what love is and what love you can express and receive back as well. So I really feel like this is the um, let that person go, let Dave go, knowing that it's happening, unfolding for you from your higher self, that this is what you wanted at this point in your life. So you don't need to know, like I said, what reason they had, because spirit was working to move them out so that you would be with you and get to know this. And, again, you're putting this ring on your own finger. So I like that for you. So amazing things happen afterwards for that. The greatest love we find, what is it, Whitney Houston? We find is inside of ourselves. And once you fill up with that and overflows, then it makes life so much more delicious. And any love that is on the outside, so much more than it ever would be with you feeling that emptiness inside. Because that love that he would be able to offer wouldn't fill you up at all. All right. So if you have additional questions, pop them down below. I'm going to keep going here. And like I said, Sankar, you are next. Will you find a better job than the current one? Let's take a look here. I do want to go back to these Dragon Tarot. Again, thank you for liking and subscribing. And if any of you have not already hit the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate you considering doing so. It does help out the channel. So in case you hadn't yet, um, thank you if you do. All right. So Sankar, will you find a better job than your current one? Okay, we've got 2 cards. Anything else? Okay. So you did get 3. We'll look at these 2 first. So the 2 of Swords, which I was just talking about a moment ago, is about decision making. And the you are going to have decisions that are going to be coming up here in the future regarding your job. And the card basically says, try not to make it purely out of logic. Make your decision, trust in your intuition. Close your eyes to see clearly, which would be to trust your heart. You can do a job, and if you're not passionate about it and it doesn't make your heart sing, well, it won't be long before you're bored with that next job and the next one and the next one. It's just like, if it's not fulfilling you, it's not worth it, right? And so the first card that's popping out here is about, when you're making the decisions, trust your heart and go with what your heart wants, not just your mind. Have this good balance kind of in between them. Yeah. And you do have the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is about your outside world and about your feelings of abundance and wholeness. But the 9 does have you turn again within for that wholeness and that completeness. So questioning, what does it mean to be successful? What does it mean to feel fulfilled? You know, um, you can have a job making $100,000 a year and all the money is good. But if you hate going in every day and it's like, oh God, I got to go to that job again today, but the money's good, but God, I'm going to it's like pulling teeth all day long. that's not really abundance and wholeness. Sometimes when we take less money and it's something that is in more of alignment with our heart, we wake up excited to go to work. It's not work, it's a journey, it's an adventure each day. See what else you got here. Yeah, because you do have the Knight of Pentacles, which what do knights do? They are on quests, and this knight quests for the Ace of Pentacles, which is about the journey of your worth and how you uh, manage your worth or perceive your worth in relation to the outside world. When we are defining ourselves by the job, by our income and our bodies, our possessions, our education, the relationships we're in, our self-worth feels very unstable because all that stuff is unstable in the outside world, right? Relationships, people change or they pass away. Jobs, education, situations never stay the same. And of course, our bodies and things, money, all that breaks down, deteriorates, stolen, and is burned down. So, this Nine of Pentacles journey, having you turn within to find out what your success means, who you are, is all connecting to your heart and what's making your heart sing, connecting to the higher realms, having that unconditional love, the love you find inside, define you and who you are instead of those things on the outside world. We go back and forth with that. I know it's this wonderful ebb and flow of instability. Oh, that's right, stability. Oh, instability. Oh, stability. But we start spending more time on the inside and less time on the outside over time because that gets boring out there. Like that job that isn't fulfilling you. It's just maybe meeting some expectations of what you think should happen, but if it's not making your heart sing, I feel like that's the job that you're going to find. And that's what's going to be considered a better job for you. It's not about money. It's not about position. It's not that type of thing because it won't taste like you think it will when you get it. You're just like, I thought this would be much better than than it is giving me. So I do like that for you. All right, we'll continue going here. And we have Vishali. And you asked, will you get married to Hiren? Hiren? Uh-oh. Yes, let's take a look here. I do want to pull from the Spirit Song, and we'll find out more information on that. Yes, Chaos, I hear ya. I understand. Enjoy the aloneness while you have it. Swimmer! Whoop whoop. Hey, Deb. Sorry, I'm just saying hello now. Having a great day. Hope you are as well. All right, great, Bob. Glad that helped as well. And then Bree, you'll be next after that. All right, so Vishali, hopefully you're still with us here. We'll take a look and see, will you get to marry them? And what they want you to know about your parents being against this marriage. Okay, I did get 3 cards. Let's see what these are. So you do have the 6 of Wands, which is a card of success and movement, really looking at who you're trying to please as well. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, 9 of Swords, 9 of Feathers. Look at the prickliness, the porcupine, which this is called the insomnia, the nightmare card. All these expectations that you're trying to fulfill is, all these small t truths, all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, and all that. It's like it's driving you crazy, right? It's giving you nightmares. You're losing sleep. You just almost feel exhausted with the battle between what they want and what you want and what you think the world wants and what will other people think and blah 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 blah. Right? It wears us all out. It's very prickly, right? And you have the Ace of Crystals, which would be the Ace of Pentacles. in the Standard Tarot. Let's see if it'll maybe. Come on. Is it going to come into focus? There it goes. Which is about this is manifestation and prosperity, things opening up and opportunities opening up in your outside world. So I really feel like this that um, the energetic change that happens within you because when you let go of those trying to please everyone all the time, and I know, different cultures, it's like I have to do what my parents tell me, or it's such a huge thing whether they have blessing on it or not, but it's going to be your life to live. And that Six of Acorns does show this triumphantness. Doesn't necessarily mean that your parents will change their minds, but I feel as if when you uh, let go of that need to please everyone and you decide, you know what, I'm not going to battle anyone. I'm going to choose my life and what I want to do because it's my life to live. And being okay with whatever the you know effect comes, from the cause and effect. It's like I'm okay with what the results happen, but I want to live my life, and if that means my parents are going to choose to be mad or ostracize me or whatever, you know what? You're like, what would I rather do what they say and live in horror every day, and then when I interact with them, at least they're pleased, but you're having a miserable life, and then they pass away and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm in this miserable life. Why?" I almost feel like a Bollywood uh, song is about to start. But I feel like it's time for you to live your Bollywood movie, not theirs, right? And I know, like I said, I know it's a tough thing because it's such a strong cultural thing. But um, yeah, it's like you making the choices for what you want to do. And I feel like as you change on the inside, because we see the movie that we see going on around us is because of what's going on inside us. When we change on the inside, the world changes on the outside. So I feel like really looking into the spheres of trying to please everyone is what transforms your world. So they won't tell me more than that because they want you to really focus in on what's going on in here for you with that. So I know. All right. So let me continue going down here. Hey, Whitney. Welcome. All right. So I think what we have next here is Bree. Oh, and Deb took off. Bye, Deb. I know you're already gone. All right. We will circle back around. Hey, Apple. Just double checking real quick here. Very good. Yeah, I am doing good. I'm just hitting 3 hours. Again, it just flies by so fast. I just guess there's no time in the spirit world. And it's just like, oh, so we'll take a look here. Let me see. Let me just, and okay, there we go. So, Bree, will you get good news today? And what can you do to increase your business revenue? All right. So let's take a look here. We'll start off, and I do want to use the Spirit Song Tarot. So, Bree, will you get good news today around what you're wanting to get good news around? We'll make it specific there. because you might just get good news in general. But I know you wanted to zero in on the subject that's on your mind. You got the transformation card here, which is about death and rebirth. So there is this a change that's coming. And you got the star card, which is a hopeful card. So I feel like there's this change. There is hope. That is the star card, of course, is a very positive card. Um, in that transformation, I almost feel like it's kind of a mixed message where it's you will get good news today, but it may not be the news that you thought it was. Like you were like, oh, it was either going to be this or this. It's like, oh no, this is the, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And it's like, this is what happens, but not one of the either ors that were in your mind. But I feel like it's still a good news. It's still beneficial for you. So I like that for you. And then let's take a look here and see what advice they have about you increasing your business revenue. Let's see what else we got here. One more time here. All right. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So I like both of these cards together. They do tell a story here. Let's see if we can get it to maybe them both to focus. Maybe there it goes. So you got the Six of Acorns, which is the Six of Wands, as well as the Knight of Shells, which is the Knight of Cups. The knights are always on a quest, right? And they're on a quest for um, the Ace of Cups, the chalice, which is in search of higher love, higher emotion, even higher passion. It says passion down here, which I really want to zero in on because that coordinates with this Six of Acorns, the Six of Wands, which the Six of Wands is basically saying what, like where you want recognition from. What is your why behind it? What is your intent behind your business? And I feel like returning back to your why really adjusts things for you because it's your passion. It's like what you're wanting to do. If I like, with YouTube and everything else, if I get so caught up in like I got to get the numbers, I've got to get this because I want it to go to this, and then I can monetize, and then I can do this, and blah 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 blah. My numbers start dropping. Same thing happened when I worked in corporate life. I would strive and strive and strive and strive and strive to reach all these goals so that I could get higher pay and promotions and whatever. And the harder I tried with wanting to get to that, um, I would get a meets. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I did all that stuff and that's just like that. And then I would go, okay, forget it all. I go, I'm coming here because I want to touch customers' lives. I want to help my peers and do that. And I readjusted my why to my original why. And then I did like half as much and I'd get promoted and get bonuses. And I'm just like, seriously? But then I was like, oh, because you're following your passion, your heart, rather than all these other things, right? You're getting back to what your passion is. So I feel like that's what they're telling you how you can increase your business revenue is get back to your why, get back to your passion rather than, focusing on the money. I know it's important, of course, for businesses to make money and everything, but it's like it changes the energy around it because people sense it. Like if you're going on a sales call and and they can see that you're pressuring them to make a sales quota, turns people off. But if you're like passionate about what you're doing and how you want to help them, and even though you might make less of a sale, they're like, wow, you didn't care about all that. You're just looking out for me. You know what? I'm going to add an extra thing on there. That's the kind of stuff that happens. So I feel that's their message for you there, Bree. So there you go. All right. All right, let me just make sure here. All right, so Pooja Rana, You want to know if Kunal will contact you, and if so, will they tell you when? So let's take a look here. The fairies, the fairy tarot do want to make themselves known again. Let me just take a quick sip here. Excuse me. All right. So let's take a look. And for any of you guys that did missed my hourly update, the big announcement I had is that I am actually going to be going live every day starting tomorrow, Sundays through. Actually, I am going to go tonight too at 7 p.m. But Sundays through Fridays, I'll be going on live at 7 p.m. Mountain. Saturdays 8 p.m. Mountain. I'm bumping it back because I do go live on Instagram at 5 p.m. So I needed a little more padding there. And then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, either at 10 or 11 a.m. Mountain. So I'm really excited about that. I just love the connection. I love all your energy. I feel like we're building a wonderful just support group, in a lot of ways. Sometimes I feel like some of the individuals that are drawn here, especially about relationships, is the patience. We're like the patience group. Be patient with the other person as they're unfolding. Oh God. But I love all the support, and I love kind of our little friendship group that we have here. So again, I thank you guys for being here. All right. So let's take a look here. So will they contact you and when? Wow. They gave you like 7 cards. Let me just get all these the same way here. And let's see what message is coming through here. Okay. Well, so you got all these summer cards, which are the emotions. And you've got, oh my gosh, 3 major arcana, which is the ones I want to look at first here. So you've got the Chariot, which is about movement. You've got the Empress, which is about new birth. And you have life experience, which is going to take center stage because the life experience one is normally called the Shadow or the Devil card. And it is the Saturn energy. It's the Capricorn energy, which is all about challenging your beliefs and challenging the way that you're looking at things. Now, the Empress and the Chariot are all about, there's a movement, there's going to be rebirth, there's all this going on. But this life experience that is coming your way, they will kind of want to foreshadow that and kind of make you aware that it's like the drama is about to unfold and it's about to rattle your cage. I don't want that to scare you. Because I will jump to you have the 9 of Wands, which is a great energy, 9 of Springs in this, but it's the 9 of Wands in the Standard Tarot, which is about any blocks, anything that's going on. This is an internal journey. This is an internal awareness of the energy that you hold, and that you have the magic wand that you hold in your hands that allows you to grow whatever you focus on in your life. So as this drama unfolds, and as this interaction with Kunal makes its steps as it goes through, just know that you are the one that holds the magic wand. You're the one that gets to make the energy go in different directions on whatever you're focusing on in each of the moments. It's like one of those storylines that they start off and they're like, okay, um, this is what's happening. Are you going to choose one or are you going to choose two? And you choose one, and then the storyline changes this way. And then it goes, are you going to choose option one or option two? And you choose two, and it goes this way. It's like your energy, your choices, where you're focusing your energy is what's going to change and unfold for that. Because you do have the 2 of Cups, which the 2 of Cups is about romance. It is about, though, mainly emotional choices, and that every moment is either of this unconditional love of above or this fear of losing conditional love of the human. And so you have these emotional choices. Again, you're going to choose one or choose two. I choose one. I choose one. I choose one. It's taking you off in this fearful direction. And you have the Five of Cups, which is the Five of Summer. And you have the Seven of Cups, which is the Seven of Summer. The Five of Cups is about you experiencing all these types of emotions. There are going to be some disappointments. There are going to be some things that don't unfold the way you want them to. But there's usually three cups that are spilt, which are the emotions, the disappointments, those emotions that are related to the fear of losing that conditional love of the outside world, which leaves the two cups remaining behind you, which shows you your power of your choice and that you can, after you feel your feels, and there's no emotion that's wrong. So feel the disappointment, feel the anger, feel the betrayal, whatever it is that you feel it, but then realize, okay, I always have a choice between the two. Do I want to continue to feel that? No, I've had enough of that. I want to move over here. And that's your power with that. Because the Seven of Summer basically is that you have all this emotions that you can choose from, and you are the one that gets to choose it. And there's no longer a supposed to, a have to, a should. Like, oh, when that happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. I'm supposed to feel sad when I don't get to see them, or that I saw them hanging out with someone else, or I feel betrayed because they lied to me, whatever it may be. It's like all this emotions, we have these stories that we're taught, right? That when this happens, this is how I have to feel. When this happens, this is what story I'm supposed to put around it. But the Seven of Cups tells you, no, that's just an opinion. There's all this array of emotions that you can choose to feel, and that power lies within you. So I know it's like, will Canal contact me? Eh. When? Eh. Because they're all pointing you back to this power within you, that this drama is about to unfold. For me, that means that he is going to contact you. Not sure what the messages will be and when and all that, but this drama is about to unfold. And for this drama to happen, for you to have these emotional choices come into your path, needs another character. It needs that, whenever there's drama, there's a victim, a villain, and ta-da, a hero. And that's how you know you're in a drama, because there's one of those that's present. And so, um, you know, I don't feel bad for you, because you are going to have a blast. You're going to gain so much power as you go through this, but there's going to be some drama, and enjoy it is my advice. Because that's why we came here. That Five of Cups tells us we came here to experience drama. Why else come to a giant theater? I wanted the popcorn. No, we came to see the movie. And so that's what's unfolding for you there. So interesting message there. My heart goes out to you. Hang in there. You will get through that. All right. Great, Portia. I'm glad you've been getting more at work. Great, great. So that is movement up. I love that message there. Apple. All right. So let me just scroll back up here. So we have apple pie. Welcome, welcome once again. And will you have success with your clothing brand that you're starting? Awesome. If it's Apple, you might want to change your logo. I'm just kidding. Ha 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 ha. I know. The longer I'm on here, the more silly my jokes become. Run! All right, so we'll take a look here. And then Bob, you will be next. Hey, Chaos, did you hear my stomach growl? I actually don't have time today. As I'm gonna be back here at 7 p.m. and I have a bunch of stuff I need to catch up on too. But yeah, well, someday soon, definitely. All All right. Hey here. Here, Harmilapi. I totally messed that up. Yeah, I'm offering free readings if you just throw your question down below. If you want a general reading, if you don't want to share the details, you can do that too. And then I'm just going in order as we go down here. So, all right, Apple, let's take a look here. Clothing brand. Clothing brand. What would you like to tell us about the clothing brand, please? Okay. Hmm. What else, please? Okay. All right, 2 cards so far. Let's see what we got here. Oh, good. So you do have the Moon card, which I love this for you because for me, regarding your clothing brand, it's all about imagination. It's all about trusting your intuition, about doing things differently than the norm as well, right? And then you have the owl, which is about wisdom. So, trusting your wisdom, trusting your, how that unfolds there. But you have the Four of Acorns, which would be the Four of Wands, which is stable energy. And also, it's a card of like celebration and, you know, um, sometimes they'll usually have like a tent or something. So there's a stable energy coming in with this. So I love this because it's honor your imagination, um, and there is stability in it. So I feel like it's going to be stable. Let me see if they'll give me any information as far as the actual overall short term and long term success. Let's do short term first. Okay. And then long term. Okay. Oh, short term, you got two. Oh, good. Wow. So you've got the Ace of Crystal, which is the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, new things coming in, and the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance and wholeness and stuff. So I really feel like you got some significant short term success, and then you have the King of Shells for long term, which would be the King of Cups, which is the balancing of your heart and your mind going forward. So it's like your passions are overflowing. You're feeling this emotional stability, this in charge of your emotions. It's very satisfying. Kings are the highest in the deck. It's the divine masculine energy, which whether we're male or female or how we identify, we all have it. And I like that. It's harmony, it's integrity. So I feel like that's good signs for the clothing brand there, for sure. So I like that for you. As long as you don't use the apple icon, otherwise you'll get sued and then it won't do well. Jokes, jokes. I know. I'll keep your day job as a card reader. You're not a very good comedian. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so and let's see here. Sorry, it scrolled really fast. All right, Bob. So let's take a look here. We'll see what dreams that they have of you and what they want to happen between you. Okay. I'm going to use the same deck here and we'll see what unfolds here. All right. So, Bob, what about Nils? Okay. So those are the dreams. And then what do they want to happen between you? Okay. Wow. So the dreams, first of all, okay. Wow. Whoops. Just want to put these up together here. See if I can do this. Okay. So you got both the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Feathers. And it's interesting because both of these are about movement up to a new level. The Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve them, and the Eight of Feathers is about realizing what thoughts and beliefs they had that limited them. And I kind of feel like the dreams that they have is that interactions with you takes them to a new place. It allows them to get past old emotions, past old thoughts that are troubling them. So I kind of feel like, in this, that this is almost like um, they're wanting you to be their hero, to rescue them from a situation, right? And it's like, I'm not sure if that is your job. And anyone that tries to be a hero for someone will fail, right? That's the whole drama I was just talking about. Victim, villain, hero. When we have a hero's, like we're trying to be a hero for someone, the only person that can rescue them to the full extent that they want to be rescued is themselves. And when someone else tries, they will be like, "Well, I appreciate that, but you didn't do this or this or this or this or this. You didn't do it the way I wanted you to." There's this disappointment that comes in that. So that dream is you know, a one that's common in drama. The person tied to the railroad tracks, help, help! I need to be rescued, right? From the little nya, 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 villain. So I kind of feel like that's um, the dream they have is they look at you as someone that's going to take them out of their bad situations, which you can't do. And what they want to happen here, let me just get these because you had five cards here. Yeah, makes sense. So, uh, transformation, death and rebirth, justice card. So they want you to bring justice. They want you to transform their lives. They want you to transform their fortune, right? Not necessarily their money, that is included, but not just specifically that. They want you to turn their life around, right? And that's a lot of responsibility. Because they have the Queen of Crystals, which the Queen of Crystals is the Queen of Pentacles, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And it's like they're wanting you to nurture them when they're the ones that need to nurture themselves, right? It's also about birth and rebirth. And again, there's this overall message of wanting change, wanting things to happen, wanting a rebirth, a renewal, wanting things to be different. And I want you to be the one that takes me there. And it's like, and if you want to do that, enjoy it. But yeah, do you want to be a parent of an adult child? Hey, if it's your thing, enjoy it. But if not, don't do it. Because you also have the Nine of Acorns, which is the Nine of Wand, which is about power and perseverance on the inside here. And this is about the nine is the hermit's journey, which is about you turning inward to recognize your power, them turning inward to recognize their power. So again, kind of like we talked about before, where I feel like your journey is to not give in to being the hero for everyone, but allowing them and yourself to achieve that balance, not enter into these kind of a codependency type relationships, and to stand tall and teach people to receive, but also in this situation, teach them to give to themselves. And some of that is not even, it's just you not becoming that hero. So that they're showing me the railroad tracks with the damsel in distress that's tied to it, and she's screaming for help, and she's screaming for help, and when the hero doesn't come and the train's coming, she's like, god darn it, takes off the ropes and rescues herself. That's kind of what I feel with this situation for you there. So interesting, Bob. All right. So let's continue going here. Appreciate again all of your patience. And if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, I really appreciate you doing so. It does help out my channel, helps spread the word, spread the messages. And makes my videos appear as recommended videos for other people as well. All right. Whitney, you're so funny. You go, good thing. All right, so we are to Portia here. Back around, and he said, "What is the purpose of your connection with P?" So let's see here. Do you want to go back to these dragon? Let's see here. Thanks, chaos. I know. I know when I can say no. Usually 3.5, 4 hours is before I start to go fading. So I appreciate that. We go where spirit tells us. So okay, so Portia, not all those, but this one. Mm, purpose of your connection with P. Okay. Yep. All right. So you have both the last card in the major arcana, which is the universe or the world card. This is ending of major cycles. And you have the very first card of the major arcana, which is new beginnings. You have endings and new beginnings coming in here. And so the purpose basically comes down to your Eight of Swords. So, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Eight of Swords basically is you moving to a new level in understanding that it's your thoughts and your own beliefs that bind you and blind you and make you keep you feeling trapped and kind of keeping you almost going in circles around certain beliefs, like attracting the same type of people, the same type of situations, the same type of emotions. And it's like you are ready for this ending and this new beginning. And so your the purpose of your connection with P is for you to realize that it's not out here. It's like almost like, okay, they're like this interaction really allows you to see how it's been repeated so many times over and over and over again to where you're like, okay, wait a minute, you know, I keep having these same type of individuals. Why? And then you realize, oh, the consistent in all of those is me. And why is that happening? And you're realizing that it's your thoughts, your beliefs about yourself, um, what you're worthy of receiving is what uh, draws these mirrors to you to reflect it back to you. So, you might not even be conscious of it. I know I wasn't for a long time. I journaled a lot. And after, I think, halfway into my five relationships, I realized, wait a minute, I'm repeating some of the same stuff. Why is all this happening? And reading it in my journals allowed me to see the patterns. So I feel like that's what's happening here with you because you are ready for this ending of the cycles of the way you used to do things. You're ready for new things. As I say, you're tired of doing the same thing, getting what you always got. You're ready to get something else, something different, something new than what you normally do. And so for that, you're changing how you do things, your energies, your thoughts and beliefs about yourself, and even the world. So this is like a confirmation for you with all that. So I do like that. Right. And Tushar, if you're still here, you just need to pop down your question into the chat, and then I will answer those. You very welcome, Portia. You have a great night. Hey, Bob. Absolutely. My pleasure. It's definitely my honor. You have a great night's sleep. You take care. All right, Star. Well, May the president that unfold, well, obviously the whatever the results come, it's what you guys are ready for as the collective of Brazil, right? It always unfolds perfectly. Sometimes if it's a different one, we're like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? It's like, okay, why? What am I learning as I go through that? Hang in there. You're welcome, Pooja. So welcome, Bree. All right. And so, KNet, you are next here. What did he think after today's conversation? Okay, very good. So let's take a look. I am going to pull from the Love Oracle card. All right. So, and I apologize if I mispronounced your name there. Knut. So, what did he think after today's conversation? Let's find out. What would you like them to know about this, please? Okay. Oh, how funny. So you had four cards come out, two pink and two black, which black are their impressions. Pink is your impressions. And you both got the camera card. So I feel like you both felt like it was an important moment, important conversation. I feel like they, um, because it's, like I like the word keepsake. It's like, okay, you're making a memory. And so it was a memorable conversation. They did like it. Um, you have the boat, which shows that you feel like you're on this adventure. You're embarking on this new adventure. You like it. It's exciting for you. And I feel like they are um, have this intention that they would like to make plans with you to do something. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a date like the card says. It's like I feel like they don't want to rush things. I feel like they've rushed things before with other people, and because of that they missed what they thought were red flags, and things moved too quickly, and it just they were like, "Whoa!" It moved too fast. They took 3 steps, and then someone was sprinting, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is moving too fast. I can't take it." So I feel like they just want to take their time in getting to know you. So I kind of feel like that's the energy of where they're at. And with that, so there is interest there to get to know you more. All right, and then Devanshi, when will your apostle document going to come? Well, let's see if they'll give us any guidance on that. I am going to pull from the Dragon Tarot here, and let's see what we have going on here. All right. So, can you give us some information on the timing at all of this document? Okay. So, 4 cards about timing. What is this about? All right. Okay. So, first of all, I like this card for you, which is the Six of Swords. Come on. Which is about smooth movement. Things are coming along smoothly. The canal, there's no blockage in the canal here. It's just moving along. So it's moving along as normally planned. There is a Three of Wands here, which does talk about a slight change of direction, though. So things are going along, but there is a change of how it's coming to you, but I don't feel like it's a delay. I just feel like it's normally there's a process, but there's an alteration and it has to go a different way. but I really feel like it's not going to delay anything because that Six of Swords is this flowing there. You do have the Eight of Cups, which the Eight of Cups is a card of leaving behind old ways of feeling, and this is moving like up to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So it is like you're pleased with the outcome emotionally. So I feel like it's might even arrive earlier than anticipated. But and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about you finding your fullness and wholeness from the inside, individually yourself. They're not giving me any exact days that it will take to come, but it is a very pleasing outcome that I'm seeing here for you. That I almost feel like it's going to arrive faster than expected, even though it had to go a different route. But you're pleased with it and you're feeling whole around the situation there. So I do like that for you. But they didn't give me like the amount of days. Let me see if I pull a card. Let me just see if they will. The timing of stuff, they are very hesitant. They like us learning patience and trusting timing. But we'll see. It never hurts to ask. Will you give us any information on when? Like how many days? Anything? One more time? Anything? No. So patience, grasshopper, it will unfold in proper timing. But I feel like it's going to come faster than expected. All right. So Knet, um, let's take a look here, Knet, and just see what guidance they have with your situation here. And I am going to make this my last reading for this session. I will be back in this evening here at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's about 5.5 hours from now. All right, so here's your first card, Knet. And what else? Nope, none of those. Okay, they do want this one, that one, and that one. Okay, let's see what they have here for you. So you do have the Ace of Crystals, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And it talks about manifestation and prosperity on the bottom here, which is a positive card. You also have the High Priestess, which is intuition. And of course, taking some time to step away from all the noise and all the chaos and everything that's going on and really just have this connection, connect with your higher self, the spirit world, getting away from all that noise and the chaos is what the high priestess does. She goes into her high temple, gets away from all the fear, all the chaos, all the noise that's going on there, so that she can connect to truths within her, connect to her intuition, connect to the spiritual realm. She sees behind the veil. She sees things from a whole different perspective when she takes this time away. And I feel like with that manifestation card, with that too, it allows you to get a good grip on what you are truly wanting, what's important, and you get some good intuition and some great messages that come through that. Yeah, because you have the Queen of Shells as well, which should be the Queen of Cups, which she's very much like the High Priestess, because she's got double water element, which allows her to really connect to her emotions and go deep inside, really gaining an understanding of her emotional whole world and understanding how she wants to approach things, connecting to that again, that intuition and that gut. And you have the Page of Crystals. So you have both the Ace of Crystals and the Page of Crystals. They both mean new opportunities, uh, things opening up in the outside world, and also the both of them, uh, the uh, Pentacles, is about understanding your worth as it relates to the outside world, right? And so I feel like with this intuition and moving inside and looking at your own emotions, you're understanding more about your own worth and all this stuff that's happening on the outside with this situation. You're realizing, wow, I fear because I fear of what all these opinions and all this stuff reflects on me. But I really feel with you stepping back from everyone and everything and going within, taking this time away, if you can go to an actual temple, whatever helps you get into this place of peace, that you get answers that come and you understand, okay, I need to look at how do I value my self-worth, not retail price, which is how you value yourself with the people in the outside world, because that's constantly fluctuating moment by moment, depending on what they're feeling, what they're going through. It's very unstable, and you're getting this confidence and this, movement of your self-worth by turning inward and away from all the drama, all that stuff that's going on, for that time. So I feel like that's what the advice that they have for you is to turn inward instead of outward with all the stuff that's going on, because all of that is out of your control. But you are able to define your worth, because that's why it's called self-worth, when we look for our worth within and as you're connecting in and up, right? Whereas outside, again, retail price, unstable. You could be a big parka coat in the Antarctic during the winter and be highly sought after. But if you're that same coat on a tropical island during the summer, you're on the clearance rack. That's the instability of having your worth depend upon what other people outside of you value you. So I do like that advice, because it is going to help things in so many areas of your life. But I know that's probably not the exact advice you were looking for, but that's what Spirit has for you today. And hey, Mercy, thank you so much. I am actually almost at 4 hours, and so I'm going to be checking off of this session. I will be back at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in about about 5 hours or so. So if you want to check back there, I am also starting to go live every night, Sunday through Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain, Saturdays at 8 p.m. Mountain. I'm also on Instagram on Saturdays at 5 p.m. And then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, usually 10 or 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'm excited to be more available. Now you don't have to wait an entire week for me to come back. I'll be here tonight and then also tomorrow night. So I appreciate you guys so very much. If you haven't given the video a like yet, please do so. It really helps out my channel, helps get the messages and my other videos out in front of other people. I definitely appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for all of being here. I really enjoy your energy. Thank you so much. Please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Till we talk again, you guys hang in there, and I'm sure I'll be talking with you soon. You take care.